On the road.
Sounds like a great show, my God.
Right? They really talk it up, don't they?
They really do.
Wow.
And then we have to do this. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Lower your expectations, people.
All right, set that bar down a little bit.
Oh, you're
Come on.
right. Jesus.
What's the matter?
You don't hear it yet?
I hear it's different. It's just a little different.
Why did you change what?
Well, he changed back to my mic.
But why would you? It was working fine the other way.
But it was on another fader, and
You
I
hear
didn't
that,
have
right?
control of it here. Well, it sounds a little bassy.
Sounds like you're on an ISDN.
It's actually the quality is actually really bad.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
I couldn't tell.
Sorry, Mars.
Oh, man.
Sorry, Mars.
You
really can't tell if you
No,
don't.
I could tell now. Oh, that's bad. Yeah. Okay, when I kind of give...
Where are you? You sound far away.
Almost, yeah. Hello?
I miss you.
Hello, Jimmy.
Come back.
Jimmy.
Almost
Opie,
like
where are you?
In a dream, when you can't find somebody, you can just hear them. This is like
man.
fucking.
It fell.
Inception.
What fell?
Babbling.
The other.
The right movie reference.
Yeah. The other mic thing.
Mars.
He's just trying to fix it.
How about we just do what we had yesterday,
He's putting it back.
and you can work.
The old
Okay,
pluggeroo, as I like to
and we
say,
can worry
Mars.
about this another time.
Yeah, the old pluggeroo. I always say that.
Which one?
This
There.
one.
I felt like I was
Which
on
part?
there for
Yeah.
a second.
You're okay. He's fine. He's on.
Over here. Is that?
There I am. There I am. All right.
That's the man
How
I
we
fell in
doing?
love with.
There we go.
So what's the issue there, Mars?
It's just got to be fine-tuned, I think.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah, well.
Do other shows have problems like this every day? Every day, other shows have these problems.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. Everyone says
Why?
hi, Mike.
Why do all the shows have problems?
Upper room. I don't know.
Why do all the shows have problems? Because all the equipment's very old around here.
They realize.
What are they waiting for?
The infrastructure's crumbling.
I think January, they says the big overhaul inside.
January.
Is that what they said, though?
Jimmy keeps bringing up the January.
That's another 6 months. How many studios will survive until January?
2. They just want this studio and one other for production, and the rest is just going to be a big dance studio. We're opening an Arthur Murray here. I'm announcing that now.
Arthur Murray.
Oh, I know. I'm
Wow,
almost 50.
that's great.
Old man.
Why are they waiting, though? Can't they start now? You got to jump on things?
Please talk onto the non-working mic.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, he's not turning me on. Okay, I don't know, man. I have no idea.
Weird.
I don't know.
I thought the company was doing well. Are they doing well? Does anyone know?
That's
Seems to
okay.
be.
Yeah.
Certain people get paid very well.
Thank you.
All right, anyway.
Yeah.
So
Good.
we're good. It's just ridiculous.
Well,
It's ridiculous.
we're gonna go.
All right.
Hi, everybody. That's where we were.
Yeah, let's start
Hi,
there.
everyone.
There you go. The bitching was only 2 minutes. Relax.
Bitch.
Every day. Every day.
You can tell.
Just want our shit working properly. That's all.
Machine.
Not really asking for much.
Machine.
Obviously. Anyway.
Man.
I think we got to talk about the dolphin that was being jerked off. There's no other way around it. The dolphin was being jerked off back in the 60s, and there's a documentary coming out.
Oh, I think even incognito.
Who would make Damn.
Well, it was a decent pull of a name.
Yeah.
That's funny, though.
No. How do you make a documentary about something like
That's
that?
her? Ah!
Oh, my God.
Oh, my
What do you
God.
expect? She was jerking off a fish. Who'd you expect? Scarlett Johansson?
Ah!
If you're a dolphin, even B. Arthur jerking you off is a fucking
looks
step
like-
up.
Well, she did it 46 years ago. You know, now she's a sea hag.
Maybe she was a looker back then.
Well, she is. I mean, look at the paper. She kind of looks like what's his name, the
Little
dude
pixie
from you know, those fucking movies, those epic movies, those they walk around the mountains and stuff, and there's monsters and things. They're in search of a ring or something.
Oh, like Frodo?
Yeah, it looks like what's his name who played
A little bit.
Elijah Wood.
yeah, Elijah Wood. Thank you.
Wood.
She looks like Elijah Wood. You see it, right?
Boy.
She's got the short. Oh, not in that picture, but the one in the paper. She certainly looks like Elijah Wood. and she was jerking off a dolphin back in 1968.
Why?
Well, you want to know? I mean,
not really, but I mean, we're talking about
a captive dolphin grew so madly in love with his trainer, he courted her like a jealous boyfriend. Oh. Sparking a bizarre romantic and sexual relationship, a new documentary reveals. Peter, the bottlenose dolphin, was the subject of a 1965 experiment in which scientists tried to teach the smart mammal English, like a real-life version of the 1970s thriller, The Day of the Dolphin. She had success teaching him some words which he would speak out of his blowhole, including play and ball.
Oh, I remember that movie.
How would that...
That was Roman Polanski.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think.
How would play and ball sound coming out of a blowhole? I guess it would be like the cancer people that have to talk through their neck.
If you watch, maybe they got the trailer for Day of the Dolphin. That they show kind of like, wow.
Oh, really?
Starts talking. It's fucked up. I totally forgot about that movie.
Well, you should have forgotten about that movie.
Well, it was kind of big at the time.
But don't worry about it. It's okay you forgot about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's the trailer for Day of the Dolphin? And then we'll read more of this sexy story.
Yeah.
Because George C. Scott was in that? Was he the guy? I can't remember who was in it.
No one knows.
No, I swear it was a thing.
Fight this battle between yourself because no one else knows.
I vaguely remember this.
You're not going to get info from any of us about this movie.
No.
I can tell you
George
right
C.
now.
Scott.
It was George C. Scott.
Oh, okay.
But you Googled it.
Well, I had to.
And
You IMDb'd it.
What a weird memory. It's like you literally picked that fucking out of thin air,
Yes.
yet you can't remember to smile at a passerby.
No, that's on purpose.
I said remember.
Remember.
Trish Van Devere.
All right.
All right. You got the trailer?
But the trailer would have, like, the dolphin talking and shit.
Yeah, I have a promo for it.
Yeah, okay, let's see.
Well, they used to be called promos.
A scientist makes a fantastic breakthrough, communication with another species, but his secret is stolen for use in an incredible and deadly plot. Can you find B? Stop B. The thing on B's back will hurt mammals. Stop B now. George C. Scott stars in The Day of the Dolphin on NBC Saturday night at the movies at 9, 8 Central Time.
Saturday night at the movies.
Saturday night at the movie.
Whoa.
You didn't like that,
I was
Jimmy?
embarrassed. Boss, stop B now. Oh, fucking shut up.
George
you
C.
play
Scott.
Patton?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, he liked to overact a little bit. George C. Scott was known
Oh, yeah.
for his overacting, that's for
Quite
sure.
the ham.
He liked to ham it up a bit.
Yeah.
Boss, stop B. Bent for man. Oh, fucking shut
You
up.
didn't like that?
No, I didn't.
Jimmy.
We also have the trailer for this documentary.
Yeah, oh, I know. We'll get there.
Oh.
But this story's way too sexy.
Oh.
agree.
But things got weird. This is back to the woman that jerked off a dolphin. I mean, they have to say it differently in the paper. They have to be careful. They say had sex, but it was a jerking off thing.
That's it?
But things got weird when the frisky flipper started coming onto the trainer. Peter liked to be with me. He would rub himself on my knee, my foot, or my hand, and I allowed that. Ugh. I wasn't uncomfortable as long as it wasn't too rough. Trainer Margaret Howe confesses in the BBC documentary The Girl Who Talked to Dolphins, which airs next week. When his libido became a distraction, she took matters into her own hands.
Oh, boy.
Literally, Howe said. I felt it was easier to relieve him manually, she admits in the documentary.
Oh, my God.
She was
She
jerking
jacked him off.
Oh, and right here, and it was more pleasant than orally and anally, both of
Yes.
which I tried.
It would just become part of what was going on, like an itch. Just get rid of that scratch and we would be done and move on, Howe
That's what I
said.
tell girls all the time. Just get rid of the itch.
Just jerk me off. I'll say
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Come on.
I'll talk out my anus.
It was sexual on his part. It was not sexual on mine, she added.
Oh.
Eventually, the study ran out of funding, and Peter was sent to live in a lab in Miami without his true love.
Poor bastard.
How do you think that worked out?
I bet he didn't like it, and I bet he died very shortly
With a
after.
big rod, he was bumping it on someone's knuckle. he used to come watching the Addams Family. Who was it with the fucking ham would come out?
The hand.
Thing.
Oh, the thing, dog.
Thing.
I go the hand, idiot. He quickly grew withdrawn, and after a few weeks, committed suicide.
Wow.
By they say by refusing to breathe.
Really? They can do that, huh?
I guess. Veterinarian Andy Williamson chalked it up to a broken heart. As a veterinarian, I wondered about poor Peter. This dolphin was madly in love with her, he said. So there you go.
Damn. Wow. The bitches that'll get you.
She was jerking off the dolphin regularly.
Once you start jacking off a dolphin every day like that, that dolphin's going to fucking get pretty used to it.
Something else.
You know, it's funny. I one time bonded with an angelfish by fingering it.
God.
How'd that work out?
It wouldn't stop bothering me. It would just swim around and look adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just tickle it.
Yes.
Let's see the documentary. Or the
stimulate 5 angelfish at once.
The trailer.
Something else was affecting her work with Peter.
Ooh.
Peter.
They have sexual urges. I'm sure Peter had plenty of thoughts along those lines.
Peter liked to be with me. He would rub himself on my knee or my foot or my hand or whatever, and I allowed that. I wasn't uncomfortable with that, as long as it wasn't too rough.
Peter had caused Margaret some minor injuries on her legs and stuff.
Oh boy.
Pushing like an obsessed suitor.
In the beginning, when he would get rambunctious and have this need, I would put him on the elevator and say, you go play with the girls for a day.
But as Peter's urges grew more frequent, the process of transporting him down to the 2 female dolphins to satisfy him proved disruptive.
Dolphiny music.
Yeah.
Very dolphiny.
This is the I'm about to jerk
Margaret
him
felt
off.
the best way of focusing his mind back on the lessons was to relieve his desires herself manually.
Manually.
It was just easier to incorporate that and let it happen.
My English teacher jacked me off. I'd have done better in
precious.
class.
It was very gentle. Peter was right there. He knew that I was right there. Again, it was sexual on his part. It was not sexual on mine. Sure. Sensuous, perhaps.
Sensuous.
It would just become part of what was going on. Like an itch. Just get rid of that. We'll scratch it and we'll be done.
Yeah.
Move on. And that's really all it was.
Right.
I was there to
Meanwhile,
get
the tank
to know
looked like
Peter.
egg drop soup.
It was great that she wasn't going to be damaged by that. But as a veterinarian, I wondered about poor Peter.
Poor Peter.
Dolphin was madly in love with her.
Margaret and Peter's relationship was continuing to deepen.
Oh my God!
Oh,
And that's where they leave it. They leave us hanging like fucking, like Peter.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, jerk me off.
rods. By the way, to all feminists and women who want to talk about language, that's what a male is.
Right.
Yes.
That's what a male is. We're just more advanced, but that's what we are. We're swimming around, rubbing our dicks on your knees. Just jerk us. We're creeps.
Just jerk us off and we'll talk to you.
Yeah, that's all it is. We have an itch. It's not sensual on your part. It is for
Right.
us. You can just jerk us off and talk on the phone. It's
All
fine.
it takes. Yes.
We're not as advanced as you think we are.
You think I went further?
What, you think she tried?
You think she tried to take it in the shitter or something?
Oh, God. I don't know. Dolphin dick's got to be pretty big.
And
I don't know.
and of course the names in the story always
Peter.
Peter.
That's,
Yeah. Last name Puffa.
Fuck yeah. I'll need to be vulgar.
Let's look up dolphin penis. Sure. I want to see how she handled the dolphin penis.
Yeah, I think it's got to be pretty big.
And you think some of her coworkers were watching her jerk off the dolphin, taking a little peek when she wasn't looking?
Yeah.
You would have to look.
Maybe they didn't know she was doing it at the time.
You would have to look at Margaret as she's jerking off the.
He was angry that day, my friend.
Because they said that they would transport him to mate with the other 2, and then it became an inconvenience. How much of an inconvenience is it when you're like, all right, look, I'll just jerk off the sea mammal?
Yeah, it must have been really inconvenient.
That must have been a real headache.
It almost looks like a vagina.
Yeah, it's weird.
It almost looks like just one of those sloppier vaginas.
Yeah,
pointy.
with a dog dick coming out of it.
Rotten, pointy.
Or it kind of looks like I don't know, it looks like a tongue. It looks like.
Yeah, it
It's a
just
little-
looks alien.
Looks like a flame. Yeah, that's what
there
it
you
looks
go.
like a flame.
Weird.
Yeah.
She was doing that, huh? Ugh. Is that fully engorged? Is that a fully engorged dolphin dick? I don't think it's fully engorged in that picture.
Oh, no.
Find a turgid one.
Yeah, there you go. We need to find a turgid dolphin.
Turgid. Oh, boy.
Kind of looks like, I don't know, like an eel or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I've never seen a dolphin dick before.
This might surprise you, but there are not many dolphin penises up on Google.
Really? What the hell's wrong with Google?
I don't know.
I'm bothered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be...
We're gonna have to get that documentary.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna have to watch the whole damn thing.
Yeah, it'll be on BBC. We'll be able to get it.
It seems like they're teasing this. Like there might have been more. Maybe she just let him rub it on her back or something.
Maybe.
Right?
Probably doesn't take much.
How long does it take to jerk off a dolphin?
It's probably very quick. The animal kingdom isn't known for its long fucking, you know?
Right.
They get it over with lickety-split.
But they're all about quantity. Isn't it true like lions could do it like 100 times in an hour?
Yeah, they'll just sit there.
Something like that.
Yeah. But they climb right on. A couple of pumps, they're done.
They're good.
Yeah.
Back to some good eating.
The 2-pump chump.
Right. You found some info on the dolphin dick?
I think I have a video of a dolphin masturbating with a decapitated fish.
I don't know. Wow. Okay, let's see this.
Some music. Wow, he's fucking...
You can see his dick along the wall.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's fucking a fish's mouth?
Wow, that's
Oh my
fucked up.
God.
What the hell is this?
The dolphin is fucking a fish's mouth.
That is fucked up. He's using a fish like a pocket pussy.
They are absolutely the closest things to human.
Yeah. Look at him.
Oh my God.
He's totally into it.
And he's keeping a rod. My dick would shrivel with a dead fish on it.
And that's a turgid one, so they do get a lot bigger, these dolphin penises.
He's making that dumb dolphin face with his mouth, the happy dolphin.
Oh, God.
Fuck a fish mouth face.
That's how they make that herring that you buy in the deli.
Yeah, they just let him fuck it till it's all chewed up.
It's all creamy.
Delicious.
That could be the find of the day right there.
Wow.
Can you put that on our Facebook page? I think it's legal.
I like the music, too.
Yeah.
The music really added to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Porno of the sea.
Yeah.
Fuck. Dude,
He was
fucking his mouth.
He was getting the job done.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, the look on his face.
It said decapitated. It says decapitated fish, but I think that was a...
Looked like the mouth.
They look like the mouth of
That's
the fish.
pretty talented to be able to jerk off with no hands.
Dude, that's amazing.
Just with the fucking, he's got his fins.
Impressive.
Finds a fish and just goes to town.
You know how many times he must miss?
Oh,
It's like trying to pick something up with a toothpick. His dick must just hit the fish's back. He's probably like, oh, nerds. It's floating away.
Nerds. Is nerds a word? I don't even know.
I got it from MASH, from Frank Burns.
Oh, okay.
I remember on an episode of I Love Lucy, they were called carrying signs that said "Nerds to Merts."
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's where I saw
Yeah.
it. I think it's actually. Yeah, it's like one of those old school.
Kind of
ways.
like old school. Fuck you.
Yeah, it was like cunt.
Yeah.
No, we already did the dolphin thing, Sam.
Yeah, I know. I was listening.
You were listening to the show?
Yeah.
I think
That is the story of the day. I don't think we're going to get better than that one. I can't wait. I want to see the documentary. I'm sure there's more to this.
But we're good with the show today. That was it.
Oh fuck yeah, that would be awesome.
That's it.
How great would that be?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a podcast right there. Goodbye.
Almost
Done.
an almost podcast.
Fudge, yeah.
You can go see the Rangers tonight, Ant.
Yeah, huh?
Yep.
You can do it?
No.
Why not?
Ticket prices are, as they say in this article, melting faster
Yeah, huh?
than the Rangers' slim chances of winning.
Oh.
That's really going to hurt.
Yeah.
It's easier to take it if you're not in the finals, I think.
You think? Yeah.
I think so.
Not to, you know what? To be
I think
swept
so.
is one thing. They get swept. But
In the end, if you lose, you lose.
I know, but it's kind of.
What, is it going to feel a little
more
better
exciting.
if they lose 4-1?
I'll tell you one thing: the ticket prices wouldn't be melting if they had a win under their belt.
Well,
It
sure.
would still be huge.
Sure.
Oh, they are going to, what are they now, do you know?
They're becoming very cheap. It's a cheap ticket for the Garden tonight.
No one wants to watch the team lose at home in a sweep. That's the worst.
Nah.
Nope. It's not looking good.
Yeah.
I predict a big comeback.
Do you?
Yeah, Mike Richter was a fun guest, and because he was a fun guest and he responded well to all questions, I
He did.
He did. He answered, and I got some answers since he was 6.
Since he was 6, he was pucking.
How old? When did you start pucking? That was a great question.
What? Terrible question.
A lot of people been, they start pucking at a young age. But I think they're going to come back and win 4 straight. That's my prediction.
That's funny.
Only one team in history.
2.
It's done that.
2.
The Maple Leafs of 1942.
I think only one.
And the Rangers of 2014.
No.
Oh,
stop now. Kings are too good. Kings are definitely the better team.
The Yankees lost 3 straight games to Boston. Remember, the Yankees were 3-0. First time, and Boston came back and won 4 straight.
They're gonna.
Yes, they did.
They're going to lose, and it's going to be brutal. They're going to get their ass kicked.
Well, they need a little more luck on their side.
Yeah, luck of the draw.
Yeah, one of those games could easily been, well, 1 out of the 2 out of the 3. One of those could easily been theirs, but
that Kings scoring on him with less than a second left was really kind of disheartening.
What, in regular, there was a tie game?
Well, no, it was the first period, and it would have been 0-0 going into the second, and that just turned the momentum. It was, there was like 0.7 of a second on the clock when the puck went in.
That happens.
So it kind of really took the old wind out of the sails.
Mike Richter was a great guest. My
He
God.
was. Good guy.
He was all right. I hope he comes back. Let's say hi to Mike in Jersey. He thinks he's got a better video than the dolphin having sex with a fish head.
Oh, no.
I've seen the video he's about to talk about. I think most of us have. So we'll have to decide if it's better than the one we just saw. Mikey.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Morning. I just heard you talking about the dolphin thing, and I ran across chimpanzees, masturbating with a frog, which I thought was completely odd. And then there's also turtles trying to mate with a croc shoe.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that one.
Yeah, we should see those. Let's watch those videos again today, Sam. Well, we got a new one to add to that. You got to. I think it's on our Facebook page by now. O&A show on Facebook, but it's a dolphin having sex with a fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just heard you talk about it, so I will definitely check it out once I get to work out of this awful traffic.
Oh, bad traffic today. That sucks.
Well,
all right,
I go over the top of the bridge every day, so it sucks.
All right, hang in there, buddy.
Well, got our cross to bear, my friend.
Yeah, this is the monkey that is having sex with a frog.
Oh my God! Fucking monkey.
Is it dead?
Isn't this embarrassing for guys when girls are watching shit like this and laughing? It's like, we're not very different.
Yeah, no, we're not.
We're not very different,
That's our
ladies.
closest relatives.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Girls are all laughing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, how do you think the fucking frog lovers feel?
Oh my God.
He's just holding the frog and going to town.
You're my friend.
Oh, he is fucking humping away.
Why is he humping away?
You got to explain to the kids that are there.
Yeah.
Look at that guy.
Yeah, Mommy, why is he splitting the frog in half?
Exactly.
Well, he's a very gifted chimp.
Oh.
Poor dog.
How do you know it's a frog? Where is the frog?
You saw it in the beginning. You see it
okay.
from time to time.
Is it dead?
It comes into view.
It is now.
He fucked it to death.
I bet. Frog doesn't just hippity hop away after that.
Yeah, I don't think it's hopping anywhere.
He's in the limping frog cage. The bunch that just limp around in walkers.
Oh my God!
There you
Look
go.
at
There's a
him.
better shot of it.
Is he fucking its mouth?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God!
How industrious.
I bet he's not even turned on. He just wants to annoy the people watching. This is what you get for caging me. If he is fucking that frog.
But if he's able to do that, you know how close he is to using tools, but they're too stupid to figure that out?
Just a little too stupid.
If you could figure out, wait, I could take that frog and fuck it.
Yeah.
Why doesn't that dumb monkey brain figure out, wait a minute?
Yeah, put a couple of pieces of wood together
Right.
and fucking
Start a
make
fire
nail.
or something.
Start a fire, right?
How does that only have 18,000 views?
Oh, there's a million versions of
okay.
that. That's a pretty viral video that's been out there for many years.
Yeah.
And then show the turtle one. The turtle in the shoe. That one was a classic one as well.
Animal Kingdom is just so wacky.
Yeah, I think I like the dolphin one the best so far. That's just crazy.
It's a good one.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, the turtle fucking...
Yeah, that's not the one
that's
Oh,
Nike.
God, look at the turtle's mouth opening. The turtle's going like, oh.
This is pretty regular though. There's a lot of turtle sex videos on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this isn't the one I saw.
Is he making that noise?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's cute.
A little whimper.
That's a turtle coming.
God, everyone loves to come. Every creature loves to come.
Look, see, there's a million of them. Turtles love humping shoes.
Making the same sound.
Especially Crocs.
Oh, dumb turtle.
Fucking a croc.
Well, there's a lot of holes to choose from in a Croc.
All those things are good for anyway.
But literally, if you want to know why people are sexting with their iPhones, look what the rest of nature is doing.
Right.
They're fucking dead animal mouths and shoes. Wow. Oh my God, I'm watching a turtle blow a load. It's fucking...
It really is loving that fucking show.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, put these up on our Facebook page, please.
That's very cute noises.
No, it's doesn't he care?
Did she say he doesn't even care?
No.
It's a turtle, you dummy.
Exactly.
She said it in that British accent.
Or a tortoise.
That's adorable.
This might be a tortoise.
Yeah.
Some people care.
He carries his house on his back.
Yeah.
Right.
Living by the same standards as him.
He's pushing the shoe forward with every hump.
Oh, yeah.
Showing that shoe.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
Who's the boss?
Why would you stop the video? When did you want to...
Yeah.
I want to know how
shot?
I
Yeah,
want to know how
exactly.
the tortoise climax.
I don't get the other cuck tortoise who licks up the inside of the shoe. Oh, it's so weird.
That is just odd.
The
but you're right.
noises are so weird.
Everyone loves to come.
Dude, blowing a load fucking universally rules.
Yeah. Yeah, they sure like it.
God, people will do anything. Creatures will do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you really have to put into perspective. That's what we are genetic
Yeah.
brothers and sisters
Same
do.
thing.
That's
It
what.
perpetuates the species.
Yeah.
That's why we're not going to really figure out anything anytime soon. You could try all you want out there, PC people.
It's a delicate balance.
We're not that far removed from that still.
No.
It's going to take a little longer
That's why
to get everyone on the same page.
For the most part, males, libido is very high, and women can do other things without perhaps thinking about sex all the time.
Right.
It's a delicate balance between fucking to perpetuate the species and getting shit done.
Right.
So
Which one you like the
what
best?
happens.
I might have to go with the tortoise. The dolphin one's pretty damn good too.
dolphin one is really odd.
Yeah.
It's the most impressive.
Yeah,
It is pretty
very
impressive, 'cause
impressive. That's a little fish.
That fish is tiny.
Getting that thing. That's like a little fleshlight.
Right.
A picture. Imagine laying a fleshlight on your bed. You're laying on your side, and without using your hands,
You get the
fuck
job
it.
done.
Right. It's very difficult.
Maybe we have to go with the dolphin then. All right. We should take a break.
Crazy.
We got Dave Chappelle starting to talk about what happened to him back in the day, huh? That's many years ago now. It's like 10 years
2004
ago.
almost.
7 years.
7 years?
Wait, is it 2008?
2007-ish?
7? Did he walk away from the Chappelle show? I thought it was way before that. I could
Is this the first time he's really talking about it?
It's the first time I've heard him talk about it.
Yeah.
Really?
Didn't he do Oprah, though? I thought he did Oprah after that.
Did he fuck her?
I think he did it right after it, but it wasn't like there was enough time to be reflexive about it.
Oh,
and actually,
okay.
and to answer the other question, I don't think he did. No.
No.
We got a couple. We got a couple clips from Letterman's his Letterman appearance. Dave Chappelle. Also, we got apologies.
I love those.
Got another apology.
More groveling.
Hillary explaining some things.
Oh, she had to backpedal a little, huh?
Oh boy, did she! Yeah. Everyone took to Twitter and was just giving her a beating. Like, what are you talking about?
Ran with it.
Basically saying that she's completely out of touch.
And
we missed
bullshit.
that. We missed the one thing in those clips yesterday when she said mortgages.
Yes.
Yeah, she did say
Couple of
mortgages.
houses.
Yeah, I mean, we thought she was lying through her teeth about being broke after leaving the White House, but in one of the clips, which shows she's completely out of touch, she said mortgages. If you're broke, you're not worrying about mortgages.
She's got no
getting
concept.
mortgages.
No concept of the middle class, the working class. None.
No. They're all full
Never
of
worked
shit.
a day in her life.
All right, we got this as we go to break.
Welcome to Attainable Dating Solutions. Video dating for the unwashed and socially inept. Profile TWTO94. Sandy Kane.
Hi, this is Sandy Kane, the naked cowgirl in the house, folks. Yeah, so I'm still looking for Mr. Right, because Mr. Wrong always did me wrong. So, I'm looking for a man who has a good job and who's something glamorous and something has a big dick, of course, and big balls. And really, I'm part lesbian because I'd like a man to eat out. When I was a fucking hooker, baby, I admit it, man, things were that bad as a stripper. People think strippers make money. It was really bad. So, I mean, I used to snort cocaine and be a hooker. I could only be a hooker if I snorted cocaine. I had once 5 Latin guys in Upper Manhattan. I worked at this place, Te Quiero fucking mucho, man. And they had great cocaine. And we fucked 5 fucking guys. And it was fun. You know, I did get trichomonas one time. That's what happened. I got trichomonas from, like, so many guys coming me. I mean, it wasn't a good hooker. I really just would open my legs and like, just, you know, get the monies because I was so poor. And the cum in my pussy. Now, why should a person date me now? Well, I think I'm a pretty good lover. I think with all the experience I've had, and I think that we'd have a good time. So I wouldn't even tell a guy I have a genital wart. If he saw it, he'd like look at it and say, why don't you have that thing taken off? And I'm going, why bother? And Nick Cannon was hot. You know, it's just like white men, black men, give me the green. No, but can I really do it without getting money? Yes, I probably could. But, you know, it's hard to have sex with someone, to take off your underwear, to show them your pussy and your titties and stuff. It's so intimate that maybe with cocaine, though, I could still do it. Call the Opie and Anthony show, and we will hook up. 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969. My favorite number. Oh boy, and I will suck that dick like you will never ever have another blowjob again.
Call the Opie and Anthony show today. Sandy Kane does.
Is a 20th anniversary O&A radio gem.
Cindy Williams.
Hello.
Hi, it's Opie and Anthony.
Opie, Anthony,
and
how are you guys?
Very, very well today. Thank you, Cindy, and thanks for helping us out with Has Been Corner.
My pleasure.
Great first guest we've ever had on this portion of our program, Cindy.
Yeah, did you just make that up, or did you steal it from Andy Kaufman?
Stole it from Andy Kaufman.
Got it.
We even said we stole it from Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think you're a perfect celebrity to start Has Been Corner with.
Well, thank you.
So, what have you been up to, Cindy?
Nothing, as you know. Otherwise, why would I be in Has Been Corner?
Well, you were on Laverne and Shirley, obviously, the beloved Shirley Feeney on Laverne and Shirley. And then after that, there was, what was that? So, like I said, Laverne and Shirley, then...
Nothing.
Really?
No, there must have been something else.
No, you're conducting the interview. Figure it out.
Like Laverne, she did some movies and stuff.
Right.
She didn't make the cut for Has Been Corner because she's...
Well, she made some do you talk to her anymore?
Sure, I talk to her all the time.
I don't think this is going well.
All right, Cindy. I think we got off on the wrong foot here. So what are you promoting today, Miss Williams?
Nothing really. Nothing that I want to tell you two about.
You sure?
Yeah.
You all right?
Oh, I'm fine.
You're not going to cry, are you? This was just supposed to be fun.
And it's a barrel of laughs.
You're gonna hurt my feelings if you hang up crying and stuff. I thought we were, I thought this would be a fun thing to do.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay. All right. You sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Don't want you leaving crying or anything.
Okay. I'm very thankful that you let me be the first guest in your has-been corner, and I really have nothing to promote, being the has-been that I am, and I'd like to thank you both very much, and I really should say goodbye.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't.
You know, and no one did tell me that that was going to be the gist of this. That's fine. I'm just not a real good sport today, that's all. And you hurt my feelings.
But
no.
You really hurt my feelings.
I love you in Laverne and Shirley.
Well, you don't need to ever, don't watch Laverne and Shirley.
No,
I love you in Laverne and Shirley.
We love the Laverne and Shirley and the Squiggy and the whole gang. The Big Ragu, right?
The Big Ragu. Sure, this is beloved character.
The other has been?
Look, we'll never be on a sitcom as great as Laverne and Shirley, so you got that to take home with you today.
Well, I am home.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So you don't want to promote that you're going to be at the Meadowlands Convention Center for the Super Mega Show?
I'll be there at the has-been table, signing has-been autographs.
Why, Lindsay Wagner's going to be there as well?
Yes. You might want to call her.
You got her number?
No, I haven't.
All right. Hey, I like milk and Pepsi.
That wasn't me.
Oh.
It's milk and Pepsi.
Remember Laverne and Shirley? I thought that was Shirley, but Laverne used to drink milk and Pepsi all the time.
Leave your penis alone. The Opie and Anthony Show is back on.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination.
Happy birthday, Gene Wilder.
My pal.
81. Wow.
There it is.
In the world of my creation.
Is that what this is for, Gene Wilder?
Yeah. This movie ruled.
Did you think?
Charlie and the Chocolate
Weird.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
It was a little creepy, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Borderline pedophile.
I don't know what was going on there.
Inviting all those kids into his factory.
But he talked to them like adults.
I know.
That was the great part. He just.
I think that's how pedophiles get their
yeah, right.
Their action.
Get their prey.
He had but he was kind of showing kids, like, this is what happens if you're a fucking glutton. This is what happens if you're, you're shitty and you don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
Today people would call, don't show the fat kid exploding.
Oh, of course.
Show him how everyone else is wrong for calling him a fat kid.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's so true. I gotta tell you, I'm a sucker for a celebrity DMing me.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a sucker.
DPing you?
What did you...
I'm a sucker. I got to be honest. I'm a sucker. I got a DM.
I didn't DM you.
I got a DM from the one and only Courtney Love Cobain.
Whoa. What happened there?
Being a huge Nirvana fan and Kurt Cobain fan, fast forward a bunch of years and Courtney Love is DMing you. That's pretty fucking cool. Takes a lot for me to say that's pretty fucking cool. I'm not going to lie to you.
Say, leave me alone. Stop contacting me.
Exactly. I'm busy.
I don't even write her anything. I do follow her. She follows me.
What did she say?
She DMs. She goes, Opie. A lot of E's.
Wow.
She goes, love you, dude. Please take a look at my future son-in-law's super cool band.
Oh.
That's why I said I'm a sucker for a DM.
Yeah.
Because I probably shouldn't even mention this, because most likely she sent this exact DM to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it's like, it's a DM from Courtney Love.
Yes.
And then she gave the X's. What are the X's without the O's? Is that
just kisses?
What's
No
the
hugs.
O? Is the O the fucks?
The O is the
hugs. The fucks.
Yeah. Yes.
The O's are the fucks, right?
Yes. X is just hugs.
So just hugs?
No, those are kisses.
Wait, no, I get kisses, no hugs.
The X is a kisses.
Oh, nice. So let's check out the band. Like I said, I'm a sucker.
So who is it?
The band is Eeries Official.
Uh-huh.
Eeries Official.
And who is it to her?
Looks like her daughter there, Frances Bean.
Frances Bean?
Who I also follow on Twitter. She's into the macabre.
She's into the macabre.
Do you say macabre?
The macabre.
Why don't you just stop and say the macabre?
Macabre.
She's into some of that macabre. She's a good one to follow on Twitter. Yeah,
she's a little creepy.
She's into kind of like that whole horror scene and that whole underground art scene and music scene, and I don't know.
Is this going to sound like Hole/Nirvana?
The band sounds like, they probably should have been around like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. But I did like it.
Who's the band again?
I'm trying to find the song that me and Travis were checking out this morning. Hold on. It's called Eeries Official. Go to the song, Cool Kid. Let's try out Cool Kid. This is for Courtney Love, who DM'd me overnight. Cool Kid. Eeries Official. I don't want to...
The Eeries. Huh? I think it's just the Eeries.
Ah, yeah. They couldn't just get Eeries?
I think it did because it just says the Eeries.
The Eeries is the name of the band. All right.
Truth or dare, tell a lie, cut your hair. I think you look real pretty. You're so hip, yeah, you're so hip, it makes me sick. Calm down.
What do you think?
I kind of have nothing to say about it.
It hasn't.
I mean, it's,
It definitely sounds like something.
Yes. Sounds like something from the past.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes. A little retro 90s.
What does he sound like?
You definitely sing.
A little Soul Asylum? A little Turner in there?
A little Oasis.
A little Oasis?
Yeah, that's overemphasizing some of the words like Oasis.
Yeah. So is that like, I guess now that we're 2014, a lot of young bands, the 90s were their influence. Like, they came up.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's got a good voice.
Yeah, a little Smashing Pumpkins, maybe.
It's called the Eeries. Their Twitter account is Eeries Official. So, like I said, I'm a sucker. Courtney Love DMs me, I got to play the song.
You really want another DM, don't you?
Kind of liked her. I didn't like that she was tweaking her nipples, but...
That's the best part of it.
I'm not into nipple play.
Oh, my God, I love
Not
nipple
at all.
play.
It just hurts. I go, ow, 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 ow,
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing fun about it.
How about no, not hard, dude. Gentle.
No.
I like them touch like this.
Just steer
I'm just doing my thumbs.
Oh, God.
I have to do that while I'm getting my dick sucked. I lost cause.
I got very sensitive nipples. They get hard very, very easily.
Ooh.
They're hard right now. Look, they're hard right now. Look.
What
does that mean?
You need to nurse.
What does that mean?
You have good feeders.
Oh, God. I kind of like this.
I wish I was a cool kid.
Yeah, it's definitely 90s.
Yeah, wish I was a cool kid.
Yeah, that guitar.
That sound. Dun, 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 dun.
I'll tell you what I like about it is this is stuff like this does remind me of stuff from the 90s.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't feel as fucking old as I really am. Like, this is like new music coming out. It's like,
Yeah.
kind of like the 90s again.
Just a tough genre to be in. That rock category, really tough.
Yeah, there's really none of that going on these days.
It's all the white kids fucking abandoned the rock genre for hip hop.
It's all fucking
you little fuckers.
For DJing.
Huh?
For all the
DJing.
BPM stuff.
Yeah, I'm smoking weed.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Bunch of traitors.
Right?
There's no rock genre anymore. You got only a few bands. There you go. The Eeries,
Right.
Cool Kid.
Good. All right. Yeah. I'm
Just
not
because
like,
Courtney
wow,
loved
holy
DMs
fuck,
me.
But I'm not like, oh, that's fucking horse shit.
No, I don't think
You
it's
know?
horseshit. I like it.
No.
I actually like it. I definitely like it.
It's a little...
I can't do any of that front and yo. I like it.
A little journey down memory lane sounding.
Yeah. So-
Yeah, we'd have played that on AAF.
Oh, yeah. I wrote it back.
It's like it should be on an American Pie soundtrack or something.
Oh.
How old is the dude singing? Like, how old is the band? They're
Oh,
like all young
God.
guys?
They're probably like early 20s, I would say. Maybe mid-20s tops.
Isn't it weird to hear people that are like influenced by the '90s already? Like that's like 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's classic rock for those guys. I guess it's classic rock for everybody, but
classic rock.
But for a kid coming up, that's got to be really old music, right?
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
I wrote it back. I hope I wasn't too douchey.
Oh no! What did you say?
No.
I wrote, I'll check it out.
Oh boy.
When you coming in again? That's okay, right?
Okay, that's good. That's good.
And then I finished with, we loved having you.
That's good.
That wasn't too bad.
Not too bad.
All right.
No.
She'll never write back. I know what this is about. I'm not stupid. She's trying to get some promo.
Yeah.
I'm sure she wrote a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I took the bait. Fuck it.
Do you know how much I would give probably a year's salary to also have a Courtney Love DM just to hold up right now, but I don't.
Oh, that would be
that
good.
would be
Have the
Yeah,
exact DM. How great would that
Jimmy.
The same one. Jimmy.
All right. I was scared to play it.
Why?
Yeah, it's not
Well, because
bad.
you never know when someone's... I mean, obviously, she's basically asking for a favor, and she was so
Yeah.
cool to us. I'm like, fuck it. And I played it for Travis. I'm like, you know what? This isn't too bad, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll bring it to the show.
Oh, Travis liked it?
Yeah, I think he liked it.
Gay.
Yeah, I don't give Travis any credit for anything.
No.
No?
Other than being handsome.
Anyway.
I tweeted a celebrity and got an answer back last
I
night.
responded.
You did?
Yeah.
Who'd you tweet?
The lovely and talented Colin Hanks.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Well, I was watching Fargo,
Right.
the second to last episode last night. And
You really like that show,
I
huh?
am so fucking engrossed in that goddamn show. It's so fucking good. Crazy.
It was
Crazy.
fun to watch her live tweeting.
Oh, my God.
You live
It was-
tweeted the show.
Yeah, but it was just like, holy shit.
Right.
And I don't like, spoiling things, so I wasn't spoiling. I was just saying kind of, what I do sometimes.
I was just trying to think of what I was just listening to you, and you said I like spoiling
things. Yeah, there's
I
some
was just
things.
thinking of like how you spoil so many nice moments
I
for
really
people in their day.
do.
You're a spoiler of joy.
I don't like spoilers on movies then.
You made me want to see Fargo, though.
It's so really good. And, yeah, last night's episode, that fucking guy, I never remember his name, but Tim from The Office.
Yeah.
So goddamn.
Martin Freeman.
His character, oh my God. Does that take some fucking twists and turns? And, yeah, so Colin Hanks, I was just like, pretty much like yours. Hey, love to have you on the show. Love Fargo.
Because in the end, we're just assholes from Long
And
Island.
could you come on the show? Yeah.
You know.
He's like,
funny.
yeah.
We've done very well for ourselves, but we're just idiots from Long Island in the end. You know?
Yeah.
Trying not to blow it.
And I got a fucking thank Roland Jesus Christ. I got episode 10 of Fargo in my hand. The
They're on
finale.
episode 12, though.
And it's not out until next Tuesday. But I am going to go home and pop that right the fuck in and watch it.
Did Colin Hanks write you back?
Yes. He said, like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he'll come in and do the show. And I was like, yay, oh, goody.
Right. You didn't blow it like my Obama dream, right?
No, but I put Go Kings, because he's a big Kings fan.
Oh, you did not. There's no way you did that.
I swear I did.
Oh, that's douchey.
I did it just to fucking piss off Ranger fans.
Oh, okay.
I knew everybody that follows me would look and go, what happened to the Rangers?
Go Kings.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I did get another. Well, I would call this an almost celebrity tweet last night.
Well, it was a celebrity
Sam
tweet
was
to
very
me.
excited about this and had to like retweet it. I'd never even acknowledged that he tweeted.
That's an asshole move. This is a big celebrity. I was excited.
I did get another celebrity tweet yesterday. They're very rare, so to get two in one day is pretty good. Bubba Ray Dudley tweeted me.
Tweeted you yesterday?
Because the rat Sam obviously told him that we're on the fence, or I personally am on the fence as far as having him come in. Why would you tell him?
Why would you tell him
that?
I don't know what you're
Opie says
about.
he's on the fence.
I don't talk to Bubba Ray Dudley. I don't know what you're talking
You don't want to be a rat. You don't want to be a rat in this business.
I didn't say Opie's on the fence. I said
That's my exact quote. I'm on the fence, and it's in his tweet.
I told him just trying to lock the guys down on something. That was my quote to him.
No, you said
you
that
don't think,
I'm
you don't
on
think
the fence.
Bubba Ray Dudley would just pull I'm on the fence out of thin air?
Especially because that's exactly what I said to you, that I'm on the fence. I could go either way. But he's got to stop with the limo thing.
That's why
he keeps bringing it up.
He's got to stop.
And it was part of his tweet.
Celebrity tweet from Bubba Ray Dudley, Opie Radio. On the fence, huh? Remember when I drove you home in my limo and you puked? Don't make me bust your doors down. See you next week. He just booked himself.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
He just booked himself.
He's got to go through fake Roland to do that on Twitter. Come on.
Back when he was a big star and we were...
Whoa.
Back when he was a big star and we were doing okay ourselves at NEW, he came in, we had a great interview, and he's a Long Island guy, and instead of taking the Long Island Railroad, he goes, I'll take you home in my limo. But he gave me the side seat. The side seat doesn't do well for me.
Oh, not good with the stop and go going like to from the side to the side.
I hate limos. Unless I'm in the back facing forward, and then it's just a giant leg room is all it is.
Yeah.
You're in a car with giant leg room.
You got to sleep.
I don't
That's all you're doing.
I don't like sitting on the side because, man, I got really car sick. But I think he claims I puked in his car. I did not.
By the way, that's probably why your kids get sick, because they're facing backwards, right? When they put kids in
they're
car
facing
seats?
forwards now.
Don't car seats face backwards?
Yeah, at first, and then
Oh.
you got to turn them around.
I thought
You got to do a little turnaround. So, no, then it was the service road to Long Island Railroad because I was having someone pick me up. I'm like, all right, just drop me off here. I'm good. I got out and just started hurling on the side of the road.
Whoa.
That's true.
Damn.
And he brings it up every fucking time.
Every time.
Every fucking time. Every time. And I guess he booked himself.
He booked himself. He'll be here next week.
He will. What day? Are you guys cool with this?
Yeah, book him on Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Friday, yes.
Yeah, but why would you tell him that Opie said he's on the fence?
You did tell him.
Of course you did.
You absolutely told him I'm on the fence.
You should never repeat what's said in...
I didn't say on
It's
the
when
fence.
you and Opie are having pillow talk. Your head's on his chest.
Will he shit talk?
Oh, yeah, he will.
Who's he shit talking?
Whoever.
He might have some stories finally.
Yeah.
Has he finally had it?
Well, I mean, he's been out of WWE for some time, so he'll be able to...
And he feels like he'll never be back there.
Bully Ray.
That's right. He's one of those guys, he can't use his real name.
his name.
But well, we're just going to call him, Bubba.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Look,
We're not calling him Bully Ray. No one knows him as Bully Ray.
No.
We all know him as Bubba Ray Dudley, and that's what we're going to say to him.
Bully Ray.
Bully Ray.
Hi, Bully Ray.
Right.
Refuse to
Sounds
say
so
that.
silly.
Exactly.
Vince makes so much money off these guys, and then when he fires them, he takes their names. That's
takes
just
their name.
brutal.
Yeah,
He is like Satan.
That is brutal.
And Bubba's is an especially funny one because technically he was using the name Bubba Ray Dudley before he was in WWE.
Uh-huh.
But then Vince McMahon bought the intellectual properties of ECW.
Yeah.
And that's where Bubba started using his name.
Oh,
wow.
So Vince went, he was like, all right, well, I'll buy that.
Oh.
So he's like, no, I bought it already.
Imagine you don't even know. You just turn around and you're like, I own your name.
That's what happened.
Don't use it. Don't use your own goddamn name. It's mine now. I'll sue the shit out of you. Fucking Vince is definitely Satan. I own your soul.
Come on. The Dumb and Dumber 2 trailer.
Yeah.
Why do we care about this today?
Big movie.
Is the trailer really douchey?
I mean, it's worth.
This will make millions upon millions upon millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I think this movie will do very well.
Same guys?
Regardless.
Yeah.
They made a sequel with 2 different guys that kind of looked like these guys.
Ew.
It was
No.
very bad.
What was the name of that movie again? It was
Dumb and
Dumber
Dumberer.
and Dumber and Dumberer.
yeah,
It's a
right.
pretty funny name for a movie, Dumb and Dumberer.
They thought they could get a franchise going by just, switching out the actors and having, a younger version of
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jim
it was supposed
Carrey?
to be like a prequel.
Right. Yeah.
So that didn't work, and they're not giving up on Dumb and Dumber, so now it's called Dumb and Dumberer.
And Dumber.
Sorry about that, buddy. It's my
This is
first time
Dumb and
bringing a friend up
Dumberer.
there. You
But
okay?
it's not them.
So high school's all about looking cool, Harry, so stick with me.
Oh, this is the other one. Okay.
Yeah.
What stinks?
That'd be me, sir.
They're on a journey.
Is that what I think it is? Nope, it's a treasure map.
Cool.
It's not them, though.
It's ours. What's from us, Harry?
They just look like them.
They're spelling everything wrong.
Yes.
The state is giving $100,000 to every school that has a special needs class. The problem is, where do we find kids we can pass off as special?
Thanks, Kirk. Bingo.
On June 13th.
All right, we get it. They're spelling everything wrong. J-O-O-N is June.
It's a meeting.
They do kind of look like them, though. That was a pretty good
They
casting
really
physically.
did. The movie posters that were out for this, you really had to look to see that it wasn't them.
Are you trying to be funny or are you actually special?
Before the first movie, there was high school.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I think I need a pankin.
Is this going to be on the midterm?
Did you patch the hole in the girl's locker room?
No.
Oh, look at
There's only one way to settle this.
Trailer's
Make
stupid.
out contest.
that's terrible.
There's nothing in the trailer to even
Nothing that makes me
describe.
want to watch.
No, this is it's just
It's just nonsense.
dull and duller.
That was just garbage for the
Yeah.
listener.
Yeah.
So what's the new trailer where they now brought back the guys?
That's Dumb and Dumber 2.
Right. That was it?
No, that's Dumb and
the
Dumber.
new trailer
Right,
is
it's Dumb and Dumber
2.
2. Right, okay.
So let's see that one.
Hope they spell everything wrong. Ugh.
With Jim Carrey and that
Jeff
other
Daniels?
guy, Jeff Daniels. right.
Yes.
I've never seen the first one. I hear it's
Reprising
hilarious.
their roles.
I liked it.
It's funny.
Dumb and Dumber was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty
For
funny.
the time. I don't know if it holds up. Haven't seen it in years, but
Hospital.
There he is again. Almost 2 decades and he still comes.
How you doing, buddy? Brought you your favorite candies.
Come on, Lloyd. You gotta get over her. Mary Samsonite was just a girl.
That's it, kid. Come on. Spit it out.
God, yeah!
Wait a minute. So you mean you have been faking for 20 years? And it was all for a gag?
Yep.
That's awesome!
Oh, why don't you roll me inside? We'll get the nurse to take the catheter out of me.
We don't need nurses for that.
But don't you have to...
yanks it out.
Pretty wacky.
Who's this? Oh, that's Butthole. I found him out in the alley.
Why'd you name Butthole?
Because of this.
Good name. Totally fits.
Freda Felcher. Harry, I'm pregnant. Please call me.
What do you think it means, Harry?
Lloyd, I'm gonna be a dad. Ah! Look at the postmark. 1991.
I had a daughter. I gave her up for adoption.
Of course, she's like really hot.
Well, what if we go track her down?
You're hot for my daughter. What? Am I right? What? Am I right?
A lot of sight gags.
It's the same gags as the first movie.
Yeah.
I like her a lot.
Yeah.
I know she'll appreciate all the trouble you've gone to find her. Let's call her.
It's ringing.
Whoever this is, we're in the middle of something very important here.
This is your dad.
What? Hey, guys. I know this is weird timing, but I gotta take this. It's my dead.
She's got me on hold.
I've got the diamond.
I don't know what to make of this.
I know. Neither does anybody listening who's driving and can't see these
they
dumb
can't
gags.
see.
The giblets.
He's fingering an old lady.
And you're not my grandson.
Harry, she's got me. She's really clamping down.
Oh, God.
You can cross that one off your bucket list.
That's pretty funny.
Oh,
Dump his fingers. That's pretty
a
funny.
dusty old pussy joke.
It'll do very well.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll do just fine.
That trailer didn't seem too douchey.
No.
Yeah.
It follows in line with the first movie.
Not as douchey as a lot of the stuff that's come out since the first one. You know.
Right.
They well, not both of them. Just fucking what's his name? Put out some real shit.
Jim Carrey or Jeff Jeffs?
Jim Carrey.
I've been working on a movie.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
What is it?
It's a wild madcap comedy.
Madcap. I like a good madcap.
It's a romp, and it's about a man who steals blueberries.
Enough about the blueberries.
It's always just whatever's in front of his face.
That's what my
know.
movie's about.
His new character, Blueberry Man.
Oh,
What?
yeah, that's Chip's new character, not mine.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, of course. Sorry, it's Chips.
But the
realize.
new movie's about man's been stealing blueberries.
No one would watch that.
Yes, they would.
No.
All right, well, you mark my words. It's gonna be a
All
hit.
right, I can't wait.
You don't even know the name of it.
It is a standalone fruit.
Do you want to know the name of the movie?
What is it?
It's The Blueberry Bandit. You don't think that's good?
No.
Steals blueberries from everywhere. Gives them to hungry people.
I don't know what to say to this.
I wish
I know, but
Lady
it was
Gaga
funny when
was
you
on
went-
the phone.
When you went yes, because you just wanted me to hustle it and move it along.
Exactly. Hustle it. Move it along. Come on. Yeah.
Well,
that looks good. When does that come out?
Later this summer.
All right.
Very good, then.
I saw a good documentary last night.
You did?
Yeah. The hell was it? It was 6 Degrees of Helter Skelter.
Whoa.
It came out in like 2008. It's not a new documentary, but it's pretty good.
Was it out anywhere or just went to Netflix?
No, went to Netflix.
Yeah.
Popped that fucker on there, and really, just creepy. Guy goes to all the houses and places that the murderers lived at, Manson, and that ranch that they lived in.
Well, a lot of the stuff was knocked down, right? A lot of the houses were knocked down?
Yeah, the ranch, it's so odd. You see that mountain behind the ranch,
right?
And he's standing there now, and all the buildings are gone, but, mountains don't really change.
Right.
So you see that, and he's like, I'm standing in the exact location. And
where the ranch was? The Charlie Manson ranch?
Yeah, the little Charlie Manson old Western ranch. And it takes you to all the residents that were involved, that are still there.
Here, start this over.
It's very creepy, because he does it in like one of those death tour kind of ways, like the Graveline tour, remember, in L.A.?
Oh, God, yeah, we took the Graveline tour. That was
Graveline
creepy.
tour. And
the locals hated that guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They were beeping and giving him the finger and trying to run him off the road a little bit. Because he would drive around in a hearse.
Yeah.
And show you where all the people died, all the big celebrities.
Does he still do it?
I think there's another version of it.
Yeah. Well, this guy started up his own version of it at some point and then decided to make a documentary, and he kind of treats the documentary in that way.
Right.
So when he walks up to a residence, he gives you kind of the history of the residence, and he talks to the people that live there now and talks to the people that had bought it right after the murders. So it's a whole different take on the Manson murders, because everybody pretty much knows what happened. So
you think they got a good deal on the house?
You know what? I don't know.
You think that was a steal?
They knocked it down.
The one main one they
built
knocked down.
Big thing on it.
Who,
big
the
estate.
Sharon Tate one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably couldn't take all the people come and buy it.
Yeah, yeah. That one's gone. They actually changed the address, too. They changed the number of the lot. And they also, they showed the LaBianca house, and that poor bastard that got killed leaving. Like, I guess he was leaving the Tate house right when they were coming up, the killers came up. If he left like 2 minutes earlier, he'd have gotten out, and they just shot him in the car. Poor fuck. I didn't even know about that. Yeah. I didn't even realize that happened. I knew about all the other ones.
I'm surprised they did that, because wouldn't that tip off the people in the house?
I guess not. It was a small caliber gun. They shot him by the gate, and then they went in the house and did all that. But he also goes to a coroner and gives the coroner all the autopsy reports on all the dead people, and he gives a very detailed analysis of the records of how they were killed and what killed them and the stab wounds and everything. It's really creepy, compelling, good documentary though, because it's a different take on the whole thing.
Let's see this trailer.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's keep watching trailers.
I love trailer day.
You forget that Roman Polanski was married to Tate when that happened. That really fucked him up.
And there was a weird thing about that too. Roman Polanski was asked how long was Abigail Folger and her little pal there staying at the house, because the cops wanted to know how long they had been guests at the house. And when he was asked that, he goes, well, apparently too long, which is like, ugh, that's a little eerie to say something like that. Aren't you upset? He never really showed any emotion on that thing, did he? For that whole thing.
I don't know. I haven't seen him interviewed about it. I've heard things he said about it which show that he was pretty devastated and he still misses her. It's like DiMaggio and Marilyn, like he just loved her till the day he died. Maybe he's like that. Maybe this is just the one for him.
And fucking lunatics, man. Like, she was, Sharon Tate was the last one that they killed, and she's sitting on the couch, and they got her kind of tied up, and she's just begging for the life of her kid, of her unborn baby. Just begging. And they're like, no, I have no sympathy for you, bitch. And then they just fucking start stabbing her. Ugh!
Wow.
Crazy.
So has any of them, is Squeaky Fromm out of jail, or any of them?
Squeaky got life for trying to kill Ford. And then I think one of them got out because they considered him kind of retarded. Clem. The Clem guy, he wound up getting paroled, but none of the other ones had gotten out.
Why should any of them
at least
ever be
since
paroled?
that movie was made. I know one of the women have been, the perfect convict,
prisoner for decades,
and
she came close. Right?
They were talking about getting her out, but when you look at what they did, there's just no making up for that. You have to just, take. The fact is, you're going to spend the rest of your life in jail, and you should.
And you being a model prisoner, your reward for that should be that you're allowed to fucking wipe your ass after you go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, I know model prisoners are great, but if you stab a pregnant woman, you should never get out for being a model. You should just not be tortured because you've been a model prisoner.
Right, make it a little easier in prison, I guess, but that's about it.
Then there was a ranch hand at that stupid ranch that they stayed at that Manson and I think Tex wound up killing. And they dumped his body, and that body wasn't found until 1977.
Wow.
Yeah, they found that. They weren't able to really get enough evidence. And also, Manson's first attorney was found dead, and they suspect that Manson did it, but no evidence. And then the tie-ins with the Beach Boys and the whole Hollywood scene and the underground music scene. Just a really interesting shit.
What was the motive behind him doing that? Or behind
he wanted
him
to start a race war.
It was. Okay.
He wanted to start a race war. He tried to make all the murders look like black people did it by like weird means, like leaving watermelon rinds out.
Really?
Like eating watermelon and leaving the rinds. I know.
What a hack.
And leaving the rinds out and
what they would just
I know.
Be walking around with watermelons and murdering people.
It's crazy.
So hacked.
But he was hoping to start up the race war.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Jews did it. Why? There were pennies by the bodies.
Yes.
Right.
Wow. That was hacky.
That is a hacky thing.
Maybe leave an Earth, Wind, and Fire album laying around. But
something.
Watermelon rinds.
One giant condom.
Right. Jesus. There's better ways to do that. No?
Yeah. It was,
might as well have went all in and had chicken bones.
Yeah.
Throw the chicken bones around.
How did they catch them? What was the evidence that first got them?
They wound up finding a gun. They tossed the gun, what they thought were the woods on the side of the road, and it wound up flying over the little embankment, landing in a backyard of someone's house. And they found that. But they had arrested them for damaging equipment It was something that wasn't even involving murder. And some people just started talking. They started getting wind that they had done it. Yeah. Very cool, though.
Oh, yeah. Didn't one of them go to jail and, like, start telling his cellmate?
He started yapping about it. It's always the way.
Was that Tex?
I think Tex did.
Tex is all loudmouth.
Charles
Tex.
Watson, right? Tex Watson?
Yeah.
But Manson wanted to be the only Charles in the family, so they had to call him Tex.
Tex.
We got Christine. She's been studying the Manson murders for 20-plus years.
Oh. Wow.
Christine.
Hi.
What can you add? Did you see this documentary Anthony's talking about?
I don't know. I just turned on the radio. But, I've actually been to the house. I actually have a part of the Sharon Tate house. I've been on tours. I've went to the 40th anniversary, so I'm pretty into this.
Can I ask you what the attraction is?
Yeah.
Just curiosity.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just, I guess the heinous crime, just so how far crazy it was. But you were talking about how they first got nabbed. Susan Atkins was in jail for, I don't know, for something. She started talking, and they actually found some, they were convicted in, I guess, Charles Manson for earth-moving equipment.
Yeah, they had stolen
So-
some kind of earth-moving equipment.
Yeah, some bogus charge. And, Susan started talking, everything else. Thank God she's dead. She died of, I guess, brain cancer. So God does have a sense of humor.
Was her name Susan? Was it Atkins? Susan Atkins?
Yeah, Atkins died. Yeah, she died in 2009, September 2009.
Bon voyage.
So, yeah, good riddance to her. So, and she actually wanted clemency. She wanted to get out.
She was the one, right?
Yeah, for sympathy because she was dying. Fuck her. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But Clem Grogan, Steve Grogan, his nickname was Clem. He actually got out. Yeah, he did have like a mental illness. He was a little, slow, but he wound up getting out because he actually, he worked with the police. He cooperated with them in helping to find Donald Shorty Shay's body.
Shorty, right? He was the guy that was in the. He was the ranch hand, right?
Yes, yeah. And what happened was he started blabbing to the police right after all the murders started happening. And so he was considered a snitch. So what they did was wind up killing him. But there were so many murders, so many retaliation murders. Even after they were all incarcerated, there were still family members going around killing people. They killed Ronald Hughes, who was a lawyer who represented a couple of the people on trial. So
why did they kill him? Did they think he was not a good lawyer?
they just didn't like the way he was representing. Charlie didn't like the way he was representing the girls, trying to get the girls off, saying that they were trying to separate the girls from Charlie and try to say that they were influenced, and Charlie wanted to run the whole defense. So, of course, the judge wouldn't let him represent himself, and, so he was trying to, tell the lawyers, this is the way you need to do it, you need to listen to what I want you to do, and so he,
kills the
lawyers
lawyer.
didn't cooperate, so next thing you know, one lawyer went missing and was later found dead. So,
yeah.
But,
God, you really do know.
Oh, yeah.
What was his hold? What was Manson's hold over these people? Like, was it he was just charismatic, or?
Well, you have to remember, a lot of these girls were young, and they came from families that there was a breakdown in the family. Susan Atkins' family, her mother died of cancer when she was like 12 years old. So, and they all got into drugs early. So, I don't know that they, when you say that they were influenced, Charlie was pretty smart. He really knew how to target these girls. He knew which girls could be easily influenced. And a lot of the girls were already strung out on drugs anyway. So, as far as influencing goes, it really didn't take too much to influence them.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, though, who was it? It was, Bobby Beausoleil had gotten convicted or had been put in jail for the murder for Gary Hinman, who was a music teacher who was friends with the family. And the girls
Why was
were really
he killed?
upset about that.
Why was he
killed? He was
killed?
called Cupid. And he was one of the cuter guys, I guess, in the gang and in the family, pardon me. And, what happened was when he got picked up for driving around in Gary Hinman's car a couple days after the murder. And that murder took place in late July, I think July 29th.
Mm.
And the girls were really upset about it, and they were complaining to Charlie. So part of the reason why Helter Skelter happened was because Charlie said, well, maybe if I kill some people the way Gary killed someone, the way Bobby Beausoleil killed somebody, then they'll think that it was a cop. They'll think that, that Bobby Beausoleil wasn't the real murderer, and the real murderer is still out there.
Right, right. Yeah, they were trying to.
Other guys.
Yeah, they thought they'd get their buddy out of jail.
All that.
Wow.
Yeah, by doing the same type of murder, similar type of murder, and then the police would go, oh, well, obviously it can't be this guy because people are still getting killed like this, so we'll let him go. Yeah, great thinking.
It's amazing how much Manson, how influential he was, yes, but he also had a lot of connections in the community, in the Hollywood community. In fact, one of his members, and I think it was Brenda, I can't remember her last name, Brenda McCann, I think. She was actually a niece of Angela Lansbury. So,
we're all these weird
he was a family member for a while. And, I mean, he had obviously connections with the Beach Boys, connections with Terry Melcher, Doris Day's son.
What was the connection to the Beach Boys?
I'm sorry?
What was the Beach Boys connection?
Okay, so Patricia Krenwinkel and another girl in the family were hitchhiking along Pacific Coast Highway, and who was it? Dennis Wilson picked them up one night, and he brought them home, had sex with them. Then he had to go to a recording session at his brother Brian's house, and he left the girls at his house. And when he came back later that night, the whole family had pretty much moved in.
They came to his house and moved in.
Comes along, he comes out, and he, worships Dennis Wilson. He gets down on his knees, kisses his feet, and Dennis was a little taken back, but he's like, I'm not going to hurt you, man. And basically, Dennis Wilson adopted the whole family, and they basically live there, and they basically, stole all of his money, used his cars. I mean, Dennis Wilson paid for, a hospital bill because they all had, gonorrhea and herpes and whatnot. It was like a $1,000 hospital bill.
They wrecked his car. They stole some of his gold records and sold them for drug money and shit.
But Charlie like Dennis?
Charlie loved Dennis, but Charlie thought that was his connection into the music world.
Yeah, he thought he was going to be a big star.
I have his record, Manson's songs.
Do you?
You ever hear him?
Yeah, I heard them last night on the on the documentary. I heard a couple. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. So, and so that's how Charlie Manson got involved with Terry Melcher, who was a record producer for the time for the Byrds, for the Beach Boys. And so, Terry Melcher came out to the ranch one day to listen to them play, and he gave them $50 because he felt bad for them, but he knew that they weren't all that good. Charlie Manson thought that $50 was a promise to make a record. And so, he kept hounding Terry Melcher, when are you going to, record us? When are you going to record us? And finally, everything just spiraled out of control, I guess, in the summer of '69. Just so many things converged and came together to create what happened. And, some people say, people who have been really saying the murder say that, some of the family members tried to doubt Charlie, and so, he was losing control of his family, and so, talking about all this helter-skelter and yada, 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 and finally, he had to do something to prove that it was true.
You don't yada Charles Manson.
Right. Yeah, you don't yada, exactly. You don't yada yada the man who will eventually have a swastika on his forehead.
Yeah, that was a bad choice.
So was Terry Melcher killed or no?
No, no. He, in fact, he went, I don't know if you know, Charles Manson actually came face to face with Sharon Tate on, I think it was March 23rd, 1969. She was about to leave for Europe, and he came to the front door, Charlie, and he met with Sharon Tate's photographer, and big Iranian guy, and Shatoki or something of that, I can't remember his name, but anyway, Terry Melcher was living at that point in the guest house, and so Sharon Tate's photographer said, oh yeah, go in the back alley, he's back there, and Charlie was really insulted by that, but standing behind the photographer was Sharon Tate, and she actually looked him in the face and later remarked to her photographer, that guy gave me the creeps, and, but,
pretty perceptive.
Right.
But, no, Terry Melcher didn't die. He died, many, many years later.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
It's, it's just an amazing story. And, like I said, that documentary, 6 Degrees of Helter Skelter, kind of gives you a different take on it.
That's the guy I went on his tour. I guess Scott Michaels.
Yep.
So, and he has a Facebook page, Dearly Departed, and he is like the total expert. I mean, this guy knows everything.
It was really, the little subtle things that he was showing on the documentary are pretty cool. Things you don't really know or haven't seen in previous documentaries. So,
did Squeaky Fromm get out of jail?
This is Squeaky. We're talking to her right now.
Hi, sorry.
Can I ask you, You try to assassinate a president and you get out of jail.
Yeah.
Hey,
If it
Hinckley.
was a Democratic president, her ass would still be in jail. That's just my opinion.
Wait, is she out?
Yeah, she's out. She got out in 2009. So,
Wow, she did, huh?
Yeah, she did.
Was she in on the
doing?
murders or no?
She never murdered. And
No.
you know what? She was like Charles Manson's like top, when Charles wasn't around, he put her in charge. But the funny thing is, like, he never sent her on the murders that night because I think he knew in his heart, Charlie, that she just couldn't murder.
Mm.
Like, even with Gerald Ford, like, even though she tried to assassinate Gerald Ford, there were really, supposedly, no bullets in the chamber. So I think it was just a threat. So, but...
What is she doing now?
Yeah, good question.
God only knows. But, the funny thing is, like...
God only knows.
Oh, we probably should keep track of her. Maybe.
I keep track of
We
all
should
of
probably
them.
tag her.
Yeah,
Probably
maybe.
should get a tag on her.
Does she have a Twitter account or a
Right.
Facebook page?
I'm
Little
sure
Lynette
she does.
Squeaky.
Yeah,
I'm sure
Squeakster.
Some psychos out there
Squeakster.
love her and probably worship her. But,
I
but
bet.
the funny thing is, she and Sandra Good were part of this, I don't know, Trees, Air, Water, some organization that Charlie started. And they were supposed to, they're not allowed to be, like, associate with one another.
Mm.
Sandra and...
I bet. Can't get those two together.
Yeah. But Squeaky, she's a nutcase.
Yeah, she was one of the girls that used to go to the trial and support Chuck.
But it's creepy how much you know about this.
Yeah.
You
And-
never really explained why that this is your thing.
Okay, here's the deal. My dad was a cop, and, I guess, being a cop, he was, into true crimes and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I remember what I consider to be the best movie on the Helter Skelter movies was a TV movie that came out in 1976.
I remember that one, Helter Skelter.
Yeah, with Charles, with Steve Railsback. Oh my God, he
did a good
really
Charles
performance.
Manson. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. But in a creepy way. But the thing is, my dad, he was like, hey, why don't we watch this, and I'm here. I'm like 8 years old at the time. I'm like, and he was just into true crimes. And from that point on, I was just like obsessed with this. And
wow.
I think a lot of people are obsessed with it because of his connections to Hollywood. Because he was
It's
accepted by
that.
Hollywood.
But killers like that, just the strange shit that they do. It's fascinating to people. The John Wayne Gacy story and all those, the other serial killers around the country over the years. It fascinates people. They love seeing where these things happened and touching a little piece of memorabilia from it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the fascination is. I'm not even saying it's an odd thing because so many people are into it.
You will look at the ID channel. Look at all these CSI shows.
Yeah. There's so many crime shows, real crime shows on TV. And they're great. I watch a shitload of them on Discovery ID.
Oh, yeah.
We got hold on the line. We got this guy, Billy. He says his mom served with Squeaky.
Okay.
Served where?
Billy in Houston.
Oh, in jail.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey,
My
man.
mom was in federal prison in Fort Worth.
Wait. Why was she in federal prison in Fort Worth?
Embezzlement.
Embezzlement. How many
Little
years?
white-collar crime. Nice.
How many years did you get?
She got 5. She served 17 months.
Okay, go ahead.
So anyway, when she first got transferred to prison in Fort Worth, she was put in the same dorm with Squeaky. She was in there for about 2 or 3 months, she said. And Squeaky constantly carried around this teddy bear. She said she was the weirdest fucking bitch my mom had ever met in her life. And, my mom, that hippie, everything else. But she said that eventually Squeaky would walk around to there were 4 people to a dorm. And she would walk around and touch these other people at night and just talk to them and like they were dolls or something.
How do you shut your eyes and go to sleep when Squeaky From's walking around the room?
yeah, exactly. And so I went up there to visit her, and it's true what they say about these federal prisons. It's like a fucking it's like a club. You walk in, they're wearing scrubs. There's not any real armed guards, something like that. It's like a wet dream for Jim, And so, anyways, she tells me, I'm serving with Squeaky Fromm, and I'm like, who? She goes, Squeaky, one of the people from the Manson murders. And the entire visit, I'm asking her about this chick, and she says she rarely comes outside, that she's in a world all of her own, that if she does speak to you, she's not speaking to you. She's kind of speaking through you. It was. She said it was just very surreal. And to this day, after that, my mom will not go into a movie theater because she can't stand being in a room with other people in the dark. And she claims it's because of the shit that Squeaky did to him.
So your mom can't go watch a movie because she's served with some wacko who held a teddy bear?
Right.
Doesn't make sense.
She won't say shit about what happened, but she will not go into a movie theater.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
What the hell did
She was only there
Jill
for a
was
few months with her. It wasn't like Lynette did anything bad to her. So your mom can't go watch Godzilla?
Who would want to watch Godzilla? They made the goddamn thing 4 times because it sucked every time. Come on.
That is true.
All right.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Billy. Christine,
Yeah, great show, guys.
anything
Thanks.
else?
Not that I can add.
No. Your name's not Christine. Christine,
Yeah.
anything else?
I mean, you were talking about the girls. You know, obviously Susan died. Texas, you know what? Texas still in jail. And you know, of the 2 remaining girls, Patricia Krenwinkel and Leslie Van Houten, we were talking about them. Leslie, yeah, she is the closest one to getting out of jail. But honestly, I don't feel that she has any remorse. The only one I actually, there was a interview with Diane Sawyer. I guess it was back in 2000.
Diane Sawyer was involved?
Patricia Krenwinkel actually seems the only one remorseful, and she's even said, I didn't even ask to get out of jail.
No.
She's like, I killed these people. And the thing that pisses me off is they got away with it. They had the death penalty.
Yeah,
California
they were
reversed
supposed
the
to be
death penalty
executed.
in 1972.
Yeah.
Right.
They had any remorse. They weren't asked for jail. They weren't asked to get out at all.
Yeah, they're all
Really
pigs.
remorseful.
Yeah. If you skate the death penalty because they changed the law, you should never, ever get out.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know who's a big proponent of Leslie Van Houten getting out is John Waters. So,
Really?
the director.
Why?
Yeah, he constantly is, campaigning for her to get out of jail. So, and I think part of that is because supposedly when Leslie Van Houten was stabbing Rosemary LaBianca, she was already dead. But here's the thing. She didn't know that she was already dead.
Yeah.
Not only that, she was upset that she didn't get to go the first night. So don't tell me that this bitch has any remorse.
Hey, look, if you show up, if you go somewhere where you know you're going to murder people, and then someone is stabbed to death, and you just stab them when they're already dead, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're guilty.
Guilty.
Exactly.
Prison, life.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know Deborah Page just came out with a new book that's on the market, a dedication to her sister, and it's pretty good. It's almost a tutorial, and a lot of Hollywood people are, quoted in it, and so I'll kind of, give that a little promotion. But I got mine this week. It came out, I guess last week it came out.
She loves murder.
God.
Oh, this girl loves murder.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, yeah.
Why couldn't your dad put a Disney movie on that?
Yeah, right?
Too bad, Dad really set you on a weird
Jesus.
path.
Fuck.
Oh, well, you know what? You know what else got me into this? Also, being from New York, Son of Sam was happening in the 70s.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so, my parents would, sit around in the summer with people across the street who were from Brooklyn, and my father was from the Bronx, my mother was from Queens. They're standing around the paper like, oh, my God, a murder happened here.
Real world travelers.
I used to do this. So, I'm sitting here listening to it as a child, and I'm like, Son of Sam, who's Son of Sam? And
Yeah, that was pretty creepy when that shit was going on.
Absolutely.
I remember that shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Christina,
Good job.
Thank you very much.
Where on Long Island are you from?
Well, it was in Huntington, yes.
All right.
F.H. Ferrari's, love that place. But
Jesus.
I'm in Ronkonkoma now, so.
Oh, the conch.
Next time.
Yeah, well, originally from Oakdale, so I'm back to
Oakdale.
Yeah.
You ever drink down by the wharf?
Always. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I used to go down there, pound a few before I went out on the boat.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, listen, guys, I got to run, so I got to...
Yeah, well,
all right.
Another murder somewhere?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
The beautiful
Christine.
thing is she sensed that we were wrapping up the call, and then she goes, gotta go, guys.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Very
It was our
professional.
choice.
Very professional.
Right.
Bye,
All right.
Christine.
Supposedly on Facebook they're saying that
What a ghoul.
just saw on Facebook yesterday that they're going to parole Charlie Manson. There's no
Never.
way.
No, he's not getting
He's
out.
never getting out.
He's always coming up for parole. You always hear about it.
Right.
He doesn't even go to the
But-
hearing sometimes.
Yeah. It's just, there's no way. And he knows it. He's crazy.
Charles Krautmeyer will never get out of jail.
He knows.
That's his real name.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So what's the documentary again?
No. I see you're getting cheeky.
I'm cheeky, but I'm truthful. Cheeky and truthful sometimes meld.
The 6 Degrees of Helter Skelter. Go check it out.
One.
That's what Ant watched last night.
Yeah, that was my documentary of the evening.
Nice.
Sometimes you get a good one. I like that Netflix. God damn, you realize when you're going through the same fucking channels on your cable system, and it's like, there's nothing on. You got
pop to Netflix.
Netflix or that Amazon is really good too. I've been noticing that. I was watching something. I put it on Netflix, and Netflix has been having a problem with their goddamn bandwidth. And the picture was very pixelaty and stuff. So I went to Amazon, got the same show I was going to watch, and it was crystal clear. So, between those two, you could find a lot of good shit. Iraq.
You see that thing that Verizon sent Netflix a cease and desist because they got strong-armed by Verizon and Comcast to pay that fee so that they could stream their stuff with a higher bandwidth to the cable companies? Well, now when there's bandwidth problems, Netflix has this thing where it pops up a warning saying your bandwidth is, being used somewhere else. Someone trying to reestablish the connection. Verizon sent a cease and desist saying you can't do that anymore. You can't let people know that the bandwidth issue.
No, that's not what it was.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
no. Oh, you're saying that last guy was an asshole?
Yeah. That last employee was a fool.
Netflix sent out a thing that said specifically Verizon, it was a shot at Verizon.
Yeah.
So the message takes a shot at Verizon. So Verizon said, you can't put up a message that takes a shot at us.
Oh, the message that pops up says, hey, Verizon's a bunch of assholes, and that's why your picture sucks right now?
Yes.
Wow.
But were they using, was it true what they were saying?
Because Verizon wouldn't pay their the fee that they wanted, right?
No, it's
protection
Netflix.
Money.
Netflix was forced to pay these fees to Verizon and to Comcast in order to get the bandwidth to stream their service.
I don't know. All I know is I want to fucking rent a goddamn movie with good quality. You buy all this HD shit. It's supposed to look all nice, and then you stream it and it looks like crap. I'll just go to Amazon. I don't give a shit. Hulu,
It's always
wherever.
slightly out of focus.
Yeah. You're like, what the fuck is this? I didn't pay for this shite.
You can get movies on Vudu, too.
Vudu?
Yeah.
There are a lot of providers, so you go back and forth between some. You'll find everything you're looking for, and it's out there. You're not a slave to the TV anymore.
What about the Xbox?
I love that Xbox.
Everything's on the Xbox.
Do we have one to give away?
I love it.
I still talk to her.
Oh, man. Just holy jeez, it's the Xbox.
We got an Xbox One to give away. We'll figure out how. No, you know what? Let's just give it away.
What?
Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
It's like somebody earned it with a funny call.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
If I didn't have one, I'd be begging for this one.
You like the Xbox One, huh?
It is my favorite goddamn console I've ever used.
It fucking drives me nuts. My friend Jay is going to help me hook this stuff up. I got the Xbox and my new smart TV.
Yeah.
On TV, off Xbox, nothing fucking works.
No, it works wonderfully.
I have 4 remotes.
It works great. Oh, it's wonderful.
We love
Jimmy.
Xbox One.
I love it. It
love Xbox One.
It runs my house.
Oh.
It works perfectly. You must have some problem with your wiring.
I need the problem is, here's the problem, is I'm not set up properly. I know what the problem is.
Yeah.
I'm not set up properly.
Jimmy.
I don't know how to set it up where I have one master control.
So, to be fair, this is the same guy who said GTA sucked because you couldn't get out of the garage.
Oh, that's right.
I have the camera. I don't know how to use any. Jay's supposed to hook it up, and he hasn't.
Your car ended up in a pool, remember?
Yeah, you couldn't drive anywhere when you played GTA.
You didn't know what you were doing.
I have no problem. I just go, Xbox, watch TV. Boom, it comes up. Xbox, snap Skype. And the Skype will snap in the corner while the TV's on, and now I'm Skyping while I'm watching Seinfeld. That's wonderful.
Crazy. That's the future.
I don't even grab the remote. I just go, Xbox, go to TBS. And TBS comes on. It knows that I'm saying TBS.
Did you ever play a game with somebody while you're Skyping them?
Yes.
So that way you could be like in your face.
And I go,
and actually see their
yeah!
face.
And you see them, and they're all disappointed because I just friggin' owned them.
You styled
I pwned
them.
That's what the kids are saying these days.
Is it?
If these days were 10 years ago.
Let's give away the Xbox right now. Xbox One. The best games, the most advanced multiplayer, now starting at $3.99. What number you want to give it to?
4, I would say.
No.
Why don't we give it to...
I think they should have to do something for it. Like, say something clever.
No.
Oh,
no, that's not
Hand it to
happening.
them for calling in.
No,
They should do something.
No, that's not happening today.
Maybe the
No,
first person that knows
No.
my gamer tag.
No, no, that's not happening.
Oh, that ties in. No, huh?
Yeah,
No.
something.
No.
How about caller number Xbox One?
No, that's not happening.
Oh, you gotta make them earn it.
No. We're just gonna give this one.
How about the
Make it
first
easy.
caller that does a good impersonation of a celebrity?
No,
Oh,
no,
that's
not
a
happening.
good one.
That's a good one.
We're gonna give it to the fourth caller. Do we have more of these to give away?
Yes,
All
but
right,
not
then we'll-
this week.
All right, then we'll do something better next time. Fuck it.
I
They're already
hope so.
calling. Why make them work today? Fourth caller gets an Xbox One, and we'll return. All right. What else is going on today? I know we got a mayor that's being a naughty boy. Another one. I don't know when, Mike, you are. How's that?
There we go. Yeah.
I had to rewire stuff in the studio again today.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What city is this naughty mayor?
San Marino, California. Caught on video.
You never won.
Throwing dog shit on his neighbor's lawn.
Why is he doing this? I guess
he obviously has a problem with his neighbor.
And why aren't all of us? That's the real question.
So,
did he apologize?
Not yet.
Yeah, no, he did.
He did?
Oh, he did?
He said something about it was a terrible mistake and I'm embarrassed. Or, yeah, he said he took whatever.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, he said he was sorry.
Well, let's hear
you're
the
not
initial
joking?
story.
Am I joking? No, it was... He said, I take responsibility for what happened. I'm sorry that it happened. It was a mistake.
You're the worst.
Sometimes I'm purposefully cheeky, so
Yes,
you'll never know.
that is true.
Sometimes. Let's see. I don't see this story that you just read. Oh, wait. Oh. Let's do the news report first.
Yeah.
I always tell the truth, even when I lie.
The mayor of San Marino was caught on camera throwing dog feces into his neighbor's yard.
You should be able to say dog shit.
Dog shit in the neighbor's yard.
You should be able to say dog shit.
He was tossing loads of dog shit.
Right? I think it softens up the shit.
Yeah.
The shit word.
Feces.
Feces sounds stupid.
I hate the technical term for anything that is supposed to be dirty when you just talk about it.
Yeah, because as soon as you hear feces, you're thinking shit. So you're like, oh, dog feces. Oh, I see. He threw dog shit in his neighbor's yard.
Penis, vagina.
Right.
All that shit.
Yeah. Pekakuda.
Yeah. Right.
But why is language is so dumb?
It really
like, why
is.
is feces acceptable on the news, but you can't say shit?
It's the same
It's the
thing.
same fucking thing.
You're talking about the same thing, but one word is okay to say, the other isn't, but they both conjure up the image.
That is so dumb if you really just break it down.
Yeah. Feces, all right. Shit.
Right.
Same
That
thing.
gets a reaction, I guess.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Words are just stupid.
That makes no
Words are
sense.
just stupid words.
Yes.
All right, go ahead there, Sammy.
His yard, and he reportedly admits doing it. This video was posted on Whittier Daily News last night. It shows Mayor Dennis Nyer
Broad
tossing a bag
daylight.
of dog waste onto Philip Lau's walkway. Lau tells CBS 2 he thinks it was in retaliation because he opposes a neighborhood dog park. The mayor reportedly said he found the bag and should have left it or thrown it away. Nyer claims he wrote Lau an apology letter.
Ah, so there you go. Here's the apology.
He also, in a statement he admitted it, yeah.
He only apologized because he got caught.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
He never would have said, by the way, I threw dog shit on your...
And
Right.
I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, really? It was you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You should have put it in a paper bag,
So
light it on fire, and ring the bell and run.
Yeah.
Has anyone actually done that?
I don't know, but it's
Yes.
a great
You've done it.
fucking
No, I haven't. I mean, I know it's been done.
thing. You stomp on it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's all shit on your foot.
That's a great prank.
That is, whoever invented that gag.
Someone had to do it
is
for the first
brilliant.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was,
Like, he probably was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put shit on some guy's steps out by his door, and he'll open the door and step in it.
Right.
And then the guy opened the door, and he's watching, and the guy goes, oh, there's shit down there.
Yeah.
Oh, and he avoided it. He's like, fuck, how can I get him to step on it? what did he step on? Maybe I'll put it in a bag or something. And then he'll step on it. Oh, and then he avoids it again.
Right.
And then the guy goes, if I light that fucking bag on fire, this son of a bitch is going to stomp it out.
And this dog shit.
Yes, it's the progression of a great joke.
But with that said, who is falling for that prank nowadays?
Nowadays?
You see a bag burning on your front stoop. You're not stomping
have to,
on
though.
it.
You
No,
know, you
you're
have
not
to burn
stomping
down.
on it.
No, that's true.
You
And
have
it's
to
such
think
an old
immediately
gag,
that
though.
it's a bag full of shit, and you take the place, the welcome mat or something. And
Maybe someone in their 20s.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe they do. That's an old
come on.
joke. That's an
falling
old
for it?
joke.
That's ridiculous.
I want to see the commercial that they're running.
Yeah, we got to do another apology, though, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah.
One more apology. It's a quick and easy one. As we try to go 10 lousy days on the Opie and Anthony show without an apology. I think the mayor apology counts, right? It was on the news. And then MSNBC is apologizing yet again, they say. MSNBC's, how do you say his name? The Toure guy.
Toure?
Toure, because they had that thing over the E. That's why you go Toure.
Toure.
Had to apologize. Do we have the clip? On behalf of the network, yet again, after the cycle forgot to bleep out Dave Chappelle saying motherfuckers in a clip on Monday's program.
Whoops.
But I think you're allowed to say motherfuckers on
Absolutely
MSNBC,
allowed
right?
to, yep.
So why are you apologizing?
Well, you're apologizing
Maybe it's not
to people that would be
policy.
offended.
But maybe it's not policy to, have motherfucker on your network. But if you're technically allowed to have it and it happens, whatever.
Well, you still got to apologize to the people that were offended hearing it.
Who was offended?
People would say, I was
please.
watching with my kids watching for the news. And
Exactly.
Really?
There's always going to be somebody offended.
Here's the apology. I think you have it, right?
No, I have other apology.
Before we go to break yesterday on this program, one of the tapes we played had offensive and inappropriate language. He said, we sincerely... Oh, they didn't go with deeply. We sincerely apologize for our mistake. So... and then another guy had to apologize. They just keep apologizing.
Do you have the clip where he actually...
In the previous hour, MSNBC aired a piece of tape with offensive language. The network obviously did not intend for that language to air, and MSNBC apologizes to our viewers.
And they can't stop saying they're fucking sorry over there.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Gives a fuck, especially if it was by accident. Who cares?
It's like they're addicted to it.
Do we have the clip? Oh, man. I wanted to hear her say fuck.
Motherfucker.
I love the good motherfuck.
Motherfucker.
I think this is the apology.
Congressman Murphy, thank you.
Thanks, Tori. Thanks, everybody.
Before we go to break, yesterday on the program, one of the tapes we played had offensive and inappropriate language. We sincerely apologize for our mistake.
It was yesterday. Let it go.
Yeah,
There's a
who's gonna
fuck.
remember?
God.
We sincerely, deeply, and sincerely deeply...
It will never happen again.
We apologize.
We will do everything we can to make sure this never happens again.
Do you believe that the taxi commission is looking for people that actually rode with De Niro when he was making Taxi Driver?
Right.
He actually had to get a taxi, not had to, but he got a taxi license so he could kind of get the gist of what it's like to drive a cab in New York, and drove people around.
Did he really drive people around?
Yeah. Picked up people, dropped them off. So I guess now they're looking for people that rode with him, if they remember.
Why?
And I guess they want to interview them for something.
Why wouldn't you just step forward and say, yeah, he picked me up?
Because how could anyone prove
Right.
it? Yeah, he sucked my dick in the back seat.
Right.
Yeah, I picked him up. He kept saying, I actually said to him, hey, you talking to me? And he went, hey, I'm going to use that in my movie.
Right. Why wouldn't you just step forward?
Yeah.
Why not?
Just lie about it.
You know, if he even talked to the guy, it was, stupid small talk.
Yeah, it was like 1970.
Yeah, he picked me up on
65.
17th Street, and he got me up to 38.
Yeah, it was really unremarkable because he
Right.
wasn't really Robert De Niro then.
Right.
He got a hack license. Like, that's amazing what
That's pretty cool.
a method actor will do.
Yeah, they go through all that shit. They have to actually do it. What? You can't play a cab driver unless you actually drive a cab.
It's dumb.
Really is. Just
Really
a
stupid thing they're looking for.
Just act.
There's little things they probably get out of it, though, like little mannerisms or little, like, all right, like just trying to shut the fucking window, whatever it is that they get out of it.
Maybe, yeah.
It's all this weird little experience stuff, I'm guessing.
that cab drivers would notice at the movies. He didn't do that right.
Well, that just makes you better in the scene.
Yeah.
Like, I would just probably just go like, "Hello, I'm taxiing. Where can I taxi you to?"
That would be terrible.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good portrayal.
No.
Yeah, so Jimmy wants to see the anti-Redskin ad.
That they
that will play during the NBA Finals. Who paid for this?
The some American Indians.
The Indians? The Hayas paid for this?
In certain, I guess only certain markets. I guess, for money, they probably didn't get all markets.
Redskins are staying strong with the name change thing. Staying strong.
Cool. And when they fucking let one of their players say something racist without responding or I'll be 100% behind them.
A little hypocrisy is what you're saying?
That's the only reason I'm completely against them. And the NFL is the way they handle every other complaint. This is the only group that they fuck with. They wouldn't dare do it to another group, so
no,
that bothers me. Selective.
It's just weird that, the Redskins logo was accepted for so long, and now out of nowhere they desperately need to change it?
Because
that's just strange.
The times we're living in, it's crazy.
Well, we got to push back a little bit.
Yeah.
Then we should push back by having a team name of some other kind of a team name or some other kind of a cultural thing that fucks with another group. You know what I mean? Then if every group was getting fucked with, it wouldn't be...
No, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to fuck over some other group.
But they didn't come up with these names to fuck with those groups. Like, I played a lot of sports growing up, and we were always named after some kind of tribe or,
Yeah.
And it was because they were powerful and strong,
Yeah.
and they were warriors, and, they fought, and they didn't give up, and all that shit.
Yeah,
I don't know. At the time, I think it was a positive thing when they named all these teams after Indians.
Yes. I think you're right.
So
what's
people are spinning it now and saying it's not a positive thing.
Well, nothing's positive now. You even talk about a minority group and you're for some reason it's bad. I don't get it.
I don't think they were trying to get one over on everybody.
No, they weren't.
With these names. I thought they meant well at the time. And
It's just the
now people have
selective
a
nature.
problem with it.
That's all it is the selective nature of their stances.
Right.
It's like the Indians are the only ones that they take. But with every other complaint or group, these fucking pussy sports organizations bend over and go, "We're so sorry, we didn't mean it. He's been suspended for bullying. There's a no N-word policy on the field." Boy, they can't get enough of sucking special interest dick. But this one group, they're like, "Well, fuck you, too bad."
Yeah.
You think they're going to do that N-word thing for real?
I don't know.
That 15-yard penalty?
Field.
For certain language?
Right.
Sure, it won't be white players saying it.
That is nuts.
No.
All right, let's see the ad. The anti-Redskin ad. Oh, boy.
Proud.
It starts.
Forgotten.
Silly.
Indian. Navajo. Blackfoot.
Hakawi.
Inuit. And Sioux. Survivor.
Sioux.
Spiritualist.
Sue everyone.
Patriot. Sitting Bull. Hiawatha. And Jim Thorpe. Mother. Father. Son. Daughter.
Get it.
Chief. Mills. Geronimo. Unyielding. Strong. Indomitable.
Yeah, that's why they
Native Americans call themselves many things.
But not.
The one thing they don't.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, they don't say the word, though.
Oh, they just show the helmet.
Fuck outta here.
They show the football helmet.
But they don't say the word.
No.
That would have been more powerful.
I don't know. I think the thing is, one thing they don't. So they don't say it.
I get it. Get some other dummy to say it. What, Redskin? Just have a goofball.
That was...
I don't know, man. It's almost like when they wanted people to pay attention to certain drug commercials, they're like, what would make you look at the TV?
Yeah, right.
Silence. And they went silent because it was the jarring nature of the lack of...
So you pop up.
That's more effective.
But that's not why they did that. They weren't brave enough to say Redskin. So they figured out another way that absolutely... Oh, can you say brave?
I don't know.
So they found a better way to do it, and it is pretty dramatic. But, I
don't think it wasn't that they were weren't brave enough. I see it as they won't say it, not because they aren't they don't have the courage to say it. It's just more effective not saying it.
Watch the end of that again, like the last 10 seconds.
Yes.
I really think that they just dropped it off because they thought that's a powerful image.
Yes. Yeah.
It works. Not going to argue at that point.
The one thing they don't, and then it's just that.
Let's say it. Like, the one thing we don't say is Redskin.
Yeah, it's just the helmet.
All right.
The helmet.
The helmet.
Pinch the helmet.
The hat.
It's a football hat.
What about the Vikings, though? I mean, they were just a brutal.
I don't think Vikings are complaining, though.
And are Vikings like really necessarily a group now?
But they were brutal.
They did some fun things, but they're not complaining.
Yeah.
Who are they now?
Yeah.
Like what Vikings are around?
And what Vikings live here?
Cool people.
There's a guy that there's no way. All right, well, let me just take this call. Jared in Colorado, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say, you know, my family's from Norway, and it just pisses me the fuck off when I hear about the Minnesota Vikings. Every time I hear Vikings, I just want to punch myself right in the dick.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't really believe you.
Yeah, I don't think
no one
anybody's
here is believing you.
I don't think
All right,
anyone's
guys,
mad at the Vikings
All right,
name.
no one's, yeah.
Yeah.
But
all right.
But really, how many Indians are upset about the Redskin name? Because that should be what matters.
Not us.
I mean,
not us.
And you know,
I think
if only a small group of Indians, you know what you say? Fuck you. The rest of the other Indians go, fuck you. Who cares? Making us look like we're pussies.
I think they polled Indians, and I don't think the numbers were that impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, could you find that, Sam? Possibly. I believe I read that somewhere.
That's well shot, though.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Sure.
Show a lot of Indian people dressed in traditional Indian garb.
But why is it so jarring then to see another face on the side of a helmet? Like, why do we think of that? We all have the same, like, oh, like it just wouldn't happen. So why is there that difference?
I don't know.
People hate my stance on this, and I don't care. It's not about censoring them, and I don't want them to be forced to change it.
I never thought twice about it. I just thought, oh, Redskins, okay, they're playing, the Giants this weekend.
Yeah.
Who cares? I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I just know that so many teams were just named after Indian tribes and Indian names and stuff because they really believed, they were powerful, strong, all that shit.
Yeah, everything they were talking about was, what Indians are. That's the reason they put it on the side, not as a goof.
Right.
Like, hey, we're a football team. We want to name it. Oh, let's slap something goofy and silly on the side of our helmet.
What represents
that people can make fun of? No.
What represents teamwork and being, strong and powerful and not giving up?
Yeah.
So the obvious choice at the time was to name it after, Indians.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm sure that was the intention.
Yeah.
So, I don't.
Well, Zulus are strong.
Yeah.
The Zulus are very powerful and respected warriors.
Sure.
So let's have that. It's a black face, whatever true to a Zulu face is, with a spear or whatever weapon it is that they carry.
A spear.
But to picture that, you'd go,
Right.
I think that'd be hilarious.
It's like selectively language police.
The Zulus.
But I keep going back to the fact that you weren't trying to get one over on anybody when they came up with these names.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But probably at the time you're right too that they didn't have the balls to go all in and say Zulus or any of that stuff. So
or now they wouldn't. Like right now, the Redskins would never defend. If there was a guy dropping N-bombs in the locker room,
right,
and he just kept saying nigger and he couldn't stop, that fucking Redskins owner would never stand there and defend him.
No.
Never.
No.
And people got mad at the Daily or the Onion or whatever when they said like Jew or whatever, a filthy kike refused it to change.
Right.
Why?
That was funny.
Yeah, that was just humor.
Yeah, it was funny.
Funny's funny.
Humor. Right? Yeah.
I like the fact that they're getting bitten by their own buckling to political correctness. Because if the NFL had stood tall all this and not buckled to any of it, or no teams had buckled, this wouldn't be an issue.
Well, I think the NFL wants them to change the team, but I think the owner has, say over that. I think that's what's going on here, right?
But look at the NBA. A guy in his private conversation says stupid shit.
Yeah.
He has to sell the team. Like, the inconsistency in professional sports is what drives me crazy. Stop pretending that there's morals involved.
Yeah.
None of it is. It's all who's ever being focused on at the moment.
Let's go to Bill in Miami.
Hey,
how about those Heat? How about those Heat?
Yeah, that didn't go so well last night.
Well, they're down 2-1. I like that. Go Spurs. Go
Everybody
Spurs.
likes to hate the Heat. But real quick,
True.
the
That
reason
is
they
true.
don't show it at the end of the commercial is they try to give it the same weight as like the N-word. So you're not going to have somebody say the N-word. So
Right.
the same reason you wouldn't have anybody say Redskins, or now it becomes the R-word.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
And
I don't
where does the word Redskins come from? Because I've heard many things.
Right, me too. I don't know.
But when they were getting ready for battle, they painted up their faces, right?
Well, dude, I'm not an expert on
that.
And then the white man
skinning them.
But then the white man twisted that and made it into something else, maybe, right?
Yeah, so it's a derogatory comment. Yeah, I mean, but I don't think, they didn't give it to him. But my only point was just that they're trying to give it the same weight as, you would never say the N-word, therefore you shouldn't say the R-word.
I think that let's be real honest. Redskin has not been used. I don't know how it was used back then, but like nigger was used to be very fucking horrible. And
Sure.
Maybe Redskin was, 200 years ago. I don't know.
I think Redskin was it wasn't a nice thing. I don't know how mean it was supposed to be. Hey, hey, Redskin, get over here. That doesn't sound like it was meant to be nice.
It's probably what the
St. John's
colonists
like
called
the Orangemen, and they changed to the Orange.
Orange Men, right? And
Yeah.
then now they're the Red Storm. Oh, God. What does that mean? What is a
if you
Red
look at-
Storm?
That's what the women go through every month.
Right.
They go through the red storm. Terrible.
Oh, no, wait. No.
Syracuse is
Yeah, Syracuse was there. Wait, St. John's.
They were the Red Men, now they're the Red Storm.
Oh, right. You were right. I'm sorry. You're right. And
But if you look at Florida State, they're the Seminoles. But my understanding is Seminole tribe has no problem. It's they like being associated with Florida State University and the football team and everything you were talking about with Brave Warrior. I mean, they really embrace it.
Right.
And you don't see them at the beginning of every game, they have a Seminole Indian ride out with a spear, and he chucks it down in the middle of the field, and there's no complaints whatsoever. So it's not like you're exploiting the Seminole tribe. The Seminole tribe sees it as
that is a pretty cool moment when he does that, too.
yeah.
Comes trotting
So anyway,
out.
that's all I had, guys.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Kathleen in Detroit. She's an American Indian. Kathleen.
Hi. I'm just calling to say that I don't
Hi.
think the NFL has any place to talk. And my high school was named the Chiefs, and we actually had a group come in from out of state about a year ago that wanted to force our high school to change their name, and the people of my town kind of fought them off, so they haven't been forced to change it yet. But like I said, I'm American Indian, and it doesn't bother me.
Hi, how are ya? Hi, how are ya? Get that one?
Yeah.
You ever hear that one?
Yeah.
Have you heard that one before? All right. So you don't care that they're called the Redskins?
No, it doesn't offend me at all, and I think people should just stay out of it.
Right on.
But it's not about it offending you. I have an opinion on it, but it's not that I'm thinking for American Indians. Like, I'm not thinking like, well, they need to be protected. For me, it's more a fuck you to the NFL because I'm so tired of the way this country and these teams have handled things selectively. Like, you're either going to stand up to this fucking idiocy of political correctness, or you're going to grab your ankles and take that special interest dick. And they have chosen every single time to take the special interest dick. And I guess they're
It's
just
the-
not, this in this
It's
case.
the same for the government, though. So I mean, they do they're selective as well with who they want to support and who they want to go after.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
And we don't like it there either.
All right. Thank you, Kathleen.
Well, I don't like it there.
I'm getting word that that's Johnny Depp doing the voiceover for the
Is it
commercial.
really?
Really?
Why did I say it like that?
He did.
Played Tonto.
Played Tonto.
That movie was a bust, huh?
Wow.
Do you know I saw some of it and actually liked it?
Really?
I swear to God,
Really?
yeah.
On a plane or something?
No, at home I was watching it. I was like, yeah, I kind of...
Yeah.
Didn't do well at all. Let's say hi to Josh in D.C. Josh.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Hey, Josh.
All right, Josh.
So I live here in Washington, and I'm actually trying to test with Redskins players. It's funny. But nobody here gives a shit about the name. Like, they just don't care, and I feel like this is some kind of, I don't want to say propaganda or political thing like that was mentioned before, but it just seems like nobody cares. I feel like this is not something that anybody should be putting their efforts into. I mean, people around here, they just go, it's the Redskins, and nobody thinks like what you said earlier, Opie, that it's not like when you say nigger, it associates with something bad. When you say Redskins, every time I hear the word Redskins, I never think of an Indian. I think of a stupid football team that my team had to play every single year, twice a year. So it makes no sense to me.
It seems like a very small group of people are really trying to force this among the majority, which happens a lot in this country, and we end up losing. The majority ends up losing a lot, which is crazy to me.
White men speak with forked tongue.
Well, yeah, and you're right.
Yes.
It's the selective policing and the selective language enforcement that's gotten us in the situation we're in. Certain people get targeted, certain people don't. Certain people, you know what I mean? It's the same shit that the NFL is doing there. It's like you either are you actually stand for something or you don't.
You know what they should do?
What's that?
Rain dance before every game. Totally fuck up every game.
Well, but they do play the rain of football.
Yes. I know, but just it would just be the crowd would be all fucked up. They'd be like, oh, it's raining again. Yeah.
They would stop being fans if they had to go to a...
Yeah, it's always raining.
Every home game, it's raining.
The market should decide with all of it, though. Like, technically, if people didn't go to the games and they wouldn't make money, if people didn't buy the Redskin hats, but they do. So, of course, they should be allowed to do what they want to do. But that's how it should be decided with all this stuff.
Of course.
The free market should decide.
Of course.
Jesus.
That's hilarious.
I guess
Good
Conan,
bit by Conan.
Conan did a bit where he was showing the interview with Hillary Clinton that she recently did.
Right.
And they just had her eyes being crossed and uncrossed as she's talking. They superimposed it.
No, very funny.
Very wacky.
Let's go to James in Louisiana. James.
Yeah, I got a solution for this whole thing about the Redskins. Just come up with a team called the Palefaces that balances out.
The pale faces.
Who cares?
Balances out.
It balances, whatever. Like I wouldn't
Redskins
be bothered. I wouldn't be
playing the
bothered in the
Palefaces.
least if a team was called the Pale Faces. Who cares?
Crack ass crackers.
Let's say hi to Chris in Virginia. Chris.
Hi.
Hey. What's up, man?
I was just gonna say that this just shows that the NFL has no consistent values. Like I agree with Jimmy that they have no integrity. Like you can, if they're gonna give penalties. I hope they give penalties to people who say the N-word because it's just gonna be black people. Like it's gonna be hilarious.
Right. Yes.
When every penalty is just a black guy saying the N-word to another black guy.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They're, like I said, they're inconsistent. Like
Yeah, Whitey
they're
ain't
not
gonna
change the.
ain't gonna say
Like
that.
if you go to an Indian reservation and ask them, hey, are you guys offended that we're using Redskins? They'll be like, what the fuck? We don't, what? Get out of here. Like,
Just buy our fucking jewelry and our cigarettes. Shut up.
Right.
just go to our casinos.
There you go.
Yeah,
Go
the
to our
N-
casinos.
The N-word penalty in the NFL, if that goes through, that is just completely ridiculous.
Just the fact that it's being discussed.
Right. As they try to take each other's heads off, that's okay. And they
Right.
know they have a major problem with concussions and head injuries in the NFL, like a major problem that they're trying to sweep under the rug because they don't know how to handle it yet because the equipment's not good enough. But if you say the N-word, then they're going to be all up in arms. That is ridiculous.
They don't give a fuck.
That goes to Jimmy's point, obviously. Huh?
They don't give a fuck if you're going to be brain dead.
No, they don't care.
By 60 years old, but oh God, don't you fucking say the N-word. Holy shit.
Right. Yeah, language is language. Like I said earlier, is so weird to me. Who cares?
Yeah,
it's just
Exactly
stupid
it.
words in the end.
It's all professional sport. They're all trying to be something that they're not. And that's what drives me nuts. Baseball is the same fucking, and again, NBA with Sterling, and yet these guys commit felonies and they're still in the league.
Felonies. I mean,
Stop.
some guy, and this happens all the time, getting convicted of drunk driving, which to me is a fuckload more dangerous than some old guy telling his girlfriend not to bring black guys to the game. I mean, offensive, whatever you want to call it. But as far as real, a substantial danger to other people, I think the drunk driving is a lot more serious.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, it's the world we live in.
Yeah.
It's only going to get worse.
It is. It's never going to. I always thought it's change. It's never going to change, man. It's never going to.
We got to push back, but as you see, every media outlet just caters to it. It's unbelievable.
In Canada, I heard one of the places will not mention the names of these people, the killers,
The shooters and stuff.
Yeah.
Good.
If you're still on the loose, that's one thing. But if you're caught or dead,
because the media is absolutely making this way worse.
much worse.
Yeah.
Absolutely making it worse. There's been 74 school shootings since Sandy Hook.
Really?
they add in some that aren't technically the school shootings. They
Still,
do
it's still obviously an issue.
But you know, they say, well, how come you guys talk about it? You're perpetuating. When people are doing, they want infamy or they want to go out in a blaze of glory. They're not looking like we want people to make fun of us on the radio and shit on us.
Right.
They want like their manifestos printed. They want to be heard. Like they want to be heard in a certain tone, and that's what the press gives them.
Yep.
And we don't give them that.
No.
The press doesn't mock what's small, selfish little nobodies. They put things like the Joker's lair.
Oh, right.
Like the New York Post knows what they're doing, and they simply don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they make these guys
They don't care.
into, the super villains.
They don't care.
No.
That they're contributing to people getting murdered.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
The Post is a goofy paper.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, but don't,
I think they, let me see what they have here. There was something they had today.
The Post.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find that thing.
Our proud New York papers. Just rags.
A bunch of goofballs.
Rags of 2- and 3-day-old news.
Right.
The only thing that's up to date is the sports, and you could have saw that, last night.
Yeah.
Right after the game.
I'm trying to find it. It might have even been in the other goofy paper, because they are both goofy.
Papers are so fucking obsolete.
I'm doing a new old man character. I say things like, what are you doing over there, tweetering?
That's good.
Yeah, what's that, the inner tubes?
Well, that's a good one,
I just
too.
pretend I don't know technology.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Work it.
Yeah. Get the audience to laugh. Like,
Bet that doesn't happen.
Yeah, not at all. Hey, what's this, the IHOP pad? What are you, the Lily pad?
Because it's the pancake place, and then, because he probably goes there.
Okay, no, it's an iPad.
Yeah. Here it is. It is the other goofy paper, the Daily News. So you got Derek Fisher. He's going to be the coach of the Knicks.
Yep.
I know most of you don't give a fuck. I get it. But Carmelo Anthony might leave the team.
Oh.
So they're basically trying to say, hey, man, stick around. It's the Knicks. Time to rebuild, and we're going to be somebody. Now that we got Phil Jackson, and now we got Derek Fisher coaching, right? So the headline says, don't be dumb with 2 Ds. Stay with Knicks. And it's showing Carmelo Anthony's wife with a shitload of cleavage.
Double D's?
Double D.
Don't be...
Don't be double D.
It's a tit joke.
It's a tit joke, is basically what I'm getting at. Yeah, this is the paper. This is the newspaper.
Yeah.
It says, Knicks fans have a message for Carmelo Anthony and wife Lala. You'd be boobs to leave.
Boobs.
It's like, that's just embarrassing.
Isn't that embarrassing?
But they're the same ones that will moralize on the front page about comedian who says something wrong,
right?
Or disrespects. They're the same people.
Yeah.
But you'd be boobs to leave. That's not even close to a good line.
No.
And then it continues. Anthony has 2 big reasons to stay with the Knicks.
Why?
What does this have to do with it?
Doesn't have anything to
Just
do with
pun after pun.
How about you just tell the real story and go, oh, by the way, here's his wife's tits.
his wife with big tits.
All right. 2 big reasons to stay with the Knicks. And then,
why? The Knicks have nothing to do with him and his wife.
They're Hooters.
Your mind is in the gutter, and then they go, well, the 2 reasons are Phil Jackson and new coach Derek Fisher.
We see what you clever guys.
They are clever.
But there's a picture of his wife right there with, they're half uncovered, her big, giant boobies. So, I just read this, like, this is our paper?
Fucking ridiculous.
It makes you go like, oh.
I know they're they're in a tough spot with the internet and everything, but Jesus, that's not going to get the job done, right? Anyway, why don't we are we done with the Redskins, you think?
I wonder what's going to happen what do you think? I think eventually he changes the name. He buckles to the.
I don't know.
I just don't want them to be forced to change it. Like, you can't make someone do that.
I think they'll hang in there for a while.
Maybe.
I really do. Because there's a lot of money. Well, I think there'd be more money at stake if they do change the logo, because then everyone has to update their shit.
Yeah, they got to buy new.
I don't know.
Buy new shit.
And then they would still buy the old shit as retro stuff. Although the NFL would probably force the retro stuff out. Like, all right, now that you change the name, I never want to see the Redskins logo again.
Yeah, we don't want that name. It's racially inappropriate. He's got 4 felonies and he hit his wife. Welcome to the team.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, great fucking consistent organization.
All right. I want to check in with the consumer. I'm thinking after the break.
Oh yeah, I was reading some of his.
Is there new stuff?
Work.
New stuff?
Yeah, I read some of his work
good.
last night.
We're gonna check in with the consumer. We got some clips from Dave Chappelle on Letterman, which are pretty good. He's finally talking about what happened with him in the show and all that shit.
If you want to know what if you should pick up some pizza SpaghettiOs, I wouldn't go anywhere.
Oh, that was the one he did.
Oh, that's one I saw.
How many did you do last night, Eric?
I think 2 or 3 I did last night.
Well, you're about to get a follower of someone who follows no one. Ooh. Someone has 0 followers, but he will now follow you.
Is it Chip?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Chip,
Congrats.
Will now follow you.
We will check in with the consumer next. Yeah, we're back. Moving right along. Ah, sorry.
There we are.
Jesus.
It's buttons.
Studio's rewired again.
Dada button.
We did the dolphin story. Make sure you listen to the replay.
Oh, yeah.
It's hot. It's a hot one.
Started off with the sexy right away.
I still can't get the image of the dolphin having sex with the fish.
Mm.
Yeah, the
mouth of a fish that's the size of what, maybe 6 to 8 inches, 8 inches probably, something like that.
He was fucking
just going to town.
Keep fucking that chicken.
Fucking its mouth.
Let's check in with the consumer. Taking over the world, taking over Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Are you going to make videos or what? We've been discussing this, E-Rock. Where are you at with the video making?
Come on.
I think eventually I will, yes.
Eventually? It's hot now.
Come on.
What do you think we're going to talk about the consumer every day? It's hot right now.
So many
Strike
people
while the pizza's hot.
Fucking videos with food reviews and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you're the consumer.
You got the audience. You got the built-in audience.
Yeah, that's true.
You'll have a leg up on the competition.
They're not talking to anybody.
No, they're not.
A big leg
You
up.
can be
a big leg up on the competition. What? That was a compliment.
Of course.
It's better than having a leg up on the competition.
Right.
A big leg up on the competition.
Big juicy prick up.
Sorry. All right, let's check out the consumer. It's E-Rock Radio on Instagram, and every night he's doing at least 2 or 3 things. He's just having a taste.
Yeah.
Are you counting the calories?
You know I should, but I'm not.
But that would be funny too.
Yeah.
Put the calories you consume to do your review.
Well, I'm also not finishing like entire meals of this stuff.
No, I know.
Little sample.
Little samples here and there.
Then you throw it away.
Why would you try Emily's dark chocolate covered fortune cookies?
Holy shit, that just sounds terrible.
This is why I'm all in with the consumer. I didn't even know there was something called Emily's dark chocolate covered fortune cookies. How did you find out about this one?
These were sent in, and Roland handed these off to me and said, hey, why don't you do a review on these? So we did.
All right. And who reads the review? Sam, I guess?
I have in the past.
Okay.
Emily's dark chocolate covered fortune cookies. These were sent to us at work. I'm not a chocolate lover. I can't imagine.
We kind of know that by now.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine one liking a chocolate-covered anything, much less a fortune cookie.
What's wrong with you?
Bland and unappetizing as those impulse buy jelly rings next to the register. Different, but trying too hard. T.O. Hashtag the consumer.
That's it for the review?
Did you even eat them?
Oh, man, right?
Yeah, I did. They're horrible.
Because you don't like... why? Fortune cookies are all right. And
no,
then
they're not. Fortune
and
cookies
then you dip
are
them in
such a waste.
chocolate?
And, yeah, well, I probably would... If you're a chocolate lover, you like
Fortune
anything with
cookies
chocolate.
after a Chinese meal is perfect.
It's not. There's
It's
no
perfect.
taste
That and
to
some
it.
orange slices and
You're
you're
eating
good.
a sponge.
Yeah, I don't like fortune cookies either. They're weird.
I like fortune cookies.
E-Rock, was there
I
a
won't buy
fortune
them,
in
but-
it?
Yes.
What did it say?
If it's still on my desk, it said, an old pal will return to buy you lunch.
An old pal will return.
Better be Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Because lunch is going to be expensive.
Boy.
What do they taste like, E-Rock?
It's a bitter dark chocolate, and then the fortune cookie would just absorb anything that it's paired with, so there's really no taste to a fortune cookie.
Right.
Yeah. So not worth it.
Doesn't sound good.
No. But it's one of these little boutique dessert things
Yeah, it
that
really
women
does
in
look...
the office would like.
Uh-huh.
You want a chocolate-covered fortune cookie?
Are you saying women are weaker than men,
No,
and that's why they would like this?
They just eat garbage.
What do you mean women eat garbage?
They do.
Like what?
Like how? I don't want to. I'm all right. I don't. I'll have to phrase this different because I don't want to.
Just say what you're going to say. Just say what you're going to say.
There are companies that advertise products that here at this company and other places where it's mostly aimed towards a guy buying it for his wife at home or at her workplace or whatever, and they're horrible treats and desserts.
Oh,
they're not the good stuff like pizza-flavored SpaghettiOs?
Right.
Is that the next item?
Yes, that it is.
Whoa! All
You should
right.
photograph your dumps.
Oh, God. And then we could try to match them up to the food that you ate. Like a game show.
Exactly. Like when you see like a little piece of white paper coming out of it, you're like, oh, that was from Emily's fortune cookies.
Yeah, it's a new game, Constipation. There it is.
Campbell's SpaghettiOs. Now, I never was a fan of SpaghettiOs. I like the raviolis in a can, but never SpaghettiOs. I always hated SpaghettiOs.
The neat round spaghetti you can eat with a spoon. SpaghettiOs.
Were you a fan of SpaghettiOs?
I enjoyed it when I was a kid.
No.
I didn't like them
You can
ever.
eat with the spoon.
Yeah.
The neighbors. Yeah, you could probably. you could probably.
Yeah.
E-Rock, do you like regular SpaghettiOs?
I used to. They changed whatever the formula used to be. It's not as good as I remembered
They
it.
probably had to get all the cancer fucking agents out.
Agents out, those delicious fucking carcinogens.
I don't know if Campbell's had cancer agents in their food. I'm just assuming they might have had some bad stuff in there.
Cancer agent. That's what Bob Eatman is.
Oh, God, he stinks. You fucking stink. Sorry.
Jeez.
Now, Erock told everybody also that he just popped that can open, dumped it in a bowl, and started eating.
Yeah.
He didn't heat this up. Now, that, to me, taints the review.
Of course
Why?
it does.
Because it's supposed to be heated. You have to eat these things as instructed on the label.
What if he has an asterisk? Just want to let you know I ate this cold.
But it doesn't matter.
No?
If they, maybe the pizza taste, which you said was a little weak and only an aftertaste.
Right.
I remember this review. It might have brought out that more of the pizza taste if it was heated up. The flavors are very different between cold and hot.
All right, SpaghettiOs, cheesy pizza-O's. I don't know if we officially said it.
Yes, it's,
new flavor right on the can, it says.
New SpaghettiOs Pizza-O's served cold out of the can.
Okay, so he does have a little asterisk kind of thing.
Yeah, he tells
that's
people
good.
it's cold out of the can.
Looks and tastes like regular SpaghettiO. The pizza flavor hits as a slight aftertaste. That's it.
Maybe the heat does something and brings that pizza taste to the forefront.
Not worth your money.
Not worth your money. How much could a can of fucking SpaghettiOs cost?
Exactly.
$1.09.
Not worth it.
Not worth $1.09.
That's it.
Are you
Don't
kidding
even
me?
bother.
Yeah.
All the new SpaghettiO flavors have been disappointing.
What other
Hashtag the consumer.
What other flavors do they have?
They have a beef taco one, which is really gross, and they had a cheeseburger one, which is very bland.
Well, I think you should heat them up and then eat your SpaghettiOs, as we call them.
You know
Make it
why?
different.
No, let me tell you why. And I think I have a point here with the fragrance, the aroma of a warm bowl goes up your nose, and that's part of the taste is smelling the food. And
cold pizza tastes different from hot pizza.
Exactly.
Cold
You're
pizza's
not
pretty good, though.
eating this properly, E-Rock.
Cold pizza's pretty damn good,
Yeah,
though.
but if you did
I'll
a
eat cold
review,
pizza,
if you did a review of pizza and you were like, the cheese isn't melty at all, I took it right out of the fridge.
Yeah.
Then you'd be like, yeah, you didn't eat it properly.
Yeah, and you wouldn't write melty because it's not really a good word in a review.
Or hot
I'm
pizza.
sorry, SpaghettiO reviews.
Exactly. I want proper English.
Or hot pizza dipped into cold sauce. Nice.
Hot pizza dipped into cold sauce.
Just to get a little extra sauce.
Yeah.
You dip into some cold sauce.
I could do that.
I like that.
Pizza is good enough right out of that box.
What about the place across from Fast Eddie's back in the day?
That was good. Those giant slices.
I forgot the name of the place, but they were known for really nice slice of pizza, and then they would throw cold cheese on top.
Oh, yeah?
You would ask for the cold cheese on top, it just worked. You had a lot of cheese.
Wait, was it regular cheese or was it like the pork kind, like
Regular cheese they make the pizza with. So it's a regular slice of pizza that has the cheese already, obviously. It's all heated up, and then you ask for a thing of cold cheese, and they just like take a whole handful and throw it on.
I like
that'd be good. But then that's melting
pizza.
as you're eating it. It was great.
You can always add to pizza.
Always, right?
Right.
But I think you're fucking up these SpaghettiO reviews.
By not heating it up?
By not heating.
You got lazy.
You gotta be heated.
Why'd you get lazy on this one?
That's how I've always eaten them.
Yeah, but you're not. Most people heat it. You're trying to represent
the consumer.
The consumer.
Thus,
who
then,
heats
hashtag
it
the
up.
consumer.
Don't need to heat it up
Oh,
because this
D-Rock.
and Chef Boyardee and all those things, if you heat it up or eat it out of the can, it tastes the same.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't. The
It
heat will rock you.
Heat will roll you.
Do you think that was a good song?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Feel heat. Oh, here it is.
Heat will rock you.
Nice.
Oh, my God.
Heat will roll you. Baby, don't you know?
No.
My heat will move your
So. Here we go.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Love me today.
Oh, John C. Reilly in this, looking at him like all serious, playing the guitar.
Love me tomorrow.
Trying to do the harmony.
All day, all night, you feel my heat. Feel my heat. I think we should repeat that again.
Definitely.
Feel. Feel my heat. Feel my heat.
And they say "feel" one too many times.
Yes, yes.
It's really great.
And John C. Reilly's ready to go feel my heat again, but he didn't do it right. He goes, feel my heat. It's so bad.
He's underrated.
Oh,
John C. Reilly
great in that
has
movie.
been in some great movies, obviously, but I think he's underrated.
How much you bench?
I think he should be even bigger than he is.
Yeah.
He's fucking hilarious. All right, so you got to heat up the SpaghettiOs next time there, E-Rock.
All right.
Because you got to do what the consumer's doing.
Yes.
Most people heat up their SpaghettiOs.
Yeah.
Did you do a third one, or is that it?
No, there's a third. There's a third one there.
Oh, my
I wanna
God. You
tie you
better,
up in dry shave
better
here.
have heated this up.
Did he heat
Of
up?
course I did.
Oh,
Why would you? All right.
It's
hearty cheeseburger
Campbell's
soup.
Chunky Hearty Cheeseburger soup.
Should come with a stretcher.
Wow, that looks thick.
How many calories of that?
I don't know. I'll look it up right now.
All right.
Why would anybody eat cheeseburger soup?
Why wouldn't you just eat a cheeseburger?
You like soup? You like cheeseburgers? Shut up.
Somebody's requesting.
But no one likes soup, really.
E-Rock do a review of this, and it's a picture of cyanide. Dan.
What an asshole. Oh, that's just mean. Cheeseburger soup. Now, what is this? Like, are there bits of burger in there?
Oh, yeah.
And the soup itself is the cheese? Like a cheese soup?
Yeah.
All right.
You got a lot to say about this one.
Wow.
It's 200 calories, it's saying here.
Per spoon.
Per serving.
Per serving.
How many servings per can?
That's what I'm looking.
862.
It can't be more than 2 servings in a can. What's the review?
New
Sam?
Campbell's Chunky Hearty Cheeseburger. I have yet to find a version of Chunky...
Stop your hearty cheeseburger. See?
I have yet to find a version of Chunky soup that doesn't smell like dog food when you open the can.
Wow.
I was excited to try this, but once again, a product using, quote, cheeseburger flavoring that fails to deliver.
Why are they obsessed with cheeseburger flavoring lately? Do you know, E-Rock?
Everybody loves cheeseburgers, and so they think, oh, we'll put it into everything, and it's always awful.
Do you like cheeseburgers?
Who doesn't?
You know what I like? Tastes like cheeseburger? Pussy.
Fuck yeah. Put some pickles in that Gouda.
Thick, flavorless goop.
Wow.
With bland, half-dollar-sized burger pucks. Load it up with all the salt you want. It's not going to help. Such a shame. Hashtag the consumer.
Shame. There are people dying in the world.
No kidding.
And that's a shame.
That's a shame. All right, hold on a minute. The pizza joint from Huntington. Eddie, go ahead. Eddie
Little
from Huntington.
Vincent's, corner of Main Street and New York Avenue.
Little Vincent.
Right down the street from F.H. Riley's.
The heart of Huntington Village.
Do you work there, Eddie?
No, I don't. No,
Oh,
it's just
okay.
a place to go after a night of boozing.
Yeah, everyone would just line up after a night of boozing, and you get your slice of pizza with the cold cheese on top.
Is Fast Eddie's gone?
Way gone. Long time ago.
The Greek place across the street, too. We used to have some gyros there, too.
The Greek. You want the gyro?
Gyro.
No chip. No chip.
Right. All right. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I want to give them a plug. Little Vincent's does a great job with their pizza in Huntington. Absolutely. There's a place called Grover's that has cheeseburger soup, but it's homemade.
Well, how about that?
That could be good.
But not the Campbell's Chunky Hearty Cheeseburger Soup, no.
Did I see Oreos are doing like Reese's?
Yes.
What?
That is today's review.
Oh, look at you.
I didn't know that was today's review. I guess, we all get the same tweets. Somebody was trying to show E-Rock that this is happening now.
What is this? How does this work?
It's Reese's Peanut Butter Cup in an Oreo.
Ooh.
All right, so you got your Oreo cookie. Is it the white cookie that they're overstocked with?
No.
All right, and the middle, instead of the cream, is
a chocolate peanut butter mix.
That's weird because you don't need to make Reese's better.
No.
Or is it Reese's?
Maybe you need to make the Oreo better.
Reese's?
Exactly.
So they're making the Oreo better. But the Oreo is pretty damn good, especially if you do that dipping.
It certainly is. I hate peanut butter, though, so I will not.
Do you really hate peanut butter? Well, what am I saying? I hate chocolate,
cannot stand peanut butter.
I love peanut butter.
It is terrible. Whenever it's on something, it just ruins it because it overflates.
Peanut butter cookies?
Everything. No, I hate
nice and soft.
Peanut butter.
Heat it up a little bit.
Oh, hate it.
Gooey and shit. Wow,
I had peanut butter like I ate in another vegan place last night. This Blossom, which is a great restaurant, and the desserts, vegan desserts are pretty fucking good. And one of them was a chocolate with like a little peanut butter in it. Holy shit, was that tasty?
What was it made of?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
The milk products, right?
Right.
Or eggs.
But the ice cream was even good.
It's made from people.
They're almost figuring out ice cream.
I had apple cobbler with little ice cream. It was phenomenal.
A lot of the supermarkets have a lot of variety of stuff that is ice cream, but it's not the traditional, ice cream we all grew up with. But they're getting close to making it taste all right, man.
People don't like the way I say it, but I like apple cobbler. I mean, I really do.
Apple cobbler.
People don't like the way you say it.
No, I don't like peach cobbler.
Stop saying cobbler like that. Or you'll need a cobbler to pull my shoe out of your ass.
Or someone to push it in further.
One way or another.
So that's it for the consumer. What else are you reviewing today?
I forgot to add yesterday's alcohol selection.
Oh, right.
So I'm going to have to add that today.
What was it?
It was a nice vanilla cream ale.
Oh, right. He was talking about that yesterday.
I like
I want to be at a live consumer taping one time. Like, I want to go and watch the consumer in action.
Watch him consume.
What do you mean? He should just do it here.
That's true.
Really should.
Do you got the Oreos right now?
No.
Well, get 'em.
Segment of the show right there, right here.
Right. Instead of just reading the reviews you're doing at home, why don't you do the next one live? That would be huge for your fan base.
Take a little taste. You go through your whole ritual.
An hour, get something.
Right. We still have time.
I would love to see a real review the way you actually do it. That's right.
Can we get the Oreos? The Reese's Oreos?
I do them nude.
Yeah, he has some weird ritual
nude.
with Monopoly pieces forced into his asshole. He can't enjoy a meal without that little silver shoe causing blood.
Sammy, we want the consumer to do this live on our show.
That sounds like a great idea.
But we have an hour. We still want to do it. Can we get the Oreos quickly?
Those Oreos?
Yeah.
The Reese's ones?
Yeah, how do you get those Oreos, E-Rock?
Yeah.
They're in stores now. Maybe Dwayne Reed downstairs has them.
Well, have somebody who, have somebody just run out
let's try
there,
to
get some
find it.
deodorant and grab some fucking,
Why deodorant? I heard that.
Nothing.
It stinks.
I'm not saying it stinks. I'm just saying that while they're out there. There's a new deodorant I want to try. It's this, natural stuff.
Who smells?
No one.
Who smells, Sam?
Sam, does someone smell?
Why are you laughing? Who stinks around here?
I don't know.
Adrian.
All of us.
Adrian.
They all stink.
Adrian? Again?
Did he never stunk before, did he?
I heard.
No.
I heard somebody was saying that he stunk.
What happened?
I don't know. I think he's just trying to get airtime.
That's pretty desperate then,
No,
yeah.
he was working pretty hard.
Oh, there
Was
you
he?
go.
Yeah.
Running around, humid out,
Do you
like that.
Do you stink?
Apparently.
Oh, shit.
I didn't
What
notice
happened?
it, to be honest.
How close do you have to be to smell his stink?
I don't know. He's got a bunch of stuff on him now because he's been sprayed with cologne, and E-Rock doused him with Febreze.
E-Rock, how bad did he smell?
Well, I didn't smell it really this morning when he came in.
Right.
But there was quite an issue about it during the pre-show. So when he came in, I just kind of hosed him down with Febreze.
Oh, so this is a non-issue then.
Sal and Mars had huge problems with him this morning.
Here comes the very well coiffed Sal.
Exactly. Smells like roses.
What?
I'm losing my hair no matter what, so I try to style it.
Are you really?
Yeah, it sucks.
What happened? Where?
Where are you losing your hair?
I don't see it.
No?
Then I must be bald.
No.
Happened.
Where are you losing your hair?
Yeah, I don't know. It just happened in like high school.
Oh,
but
no.
What? I didn't see it. How old are you?
20, gonna be 24.
Oh, boy.
And you're already losing hair at 24?
I know. What am I gonna do?
Let me see the top.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
There's a few parts up there.
You look like fucking Mindy's father in Mork and Mindy.
Oh, God.
The part was a
Conrad
little wide
Janis.
up there.
You know.
A little wide.
Couple of parts.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, Sam was starting out the pre-show this morning, and Adrian was shadowing me, as E-Rock likes to say, on the board.
Oh.
And Adrian came over and did the
Hands on hips?
hands on the hips move.
Yeah.
And I got
On
hit
your
with it.
hips?
No. I wish. It fucking stunk. It was really, really bad. And I was pointing at Adrian like, go away, please, please go away.
He shooed me away immediately.
Wow. What happened? A little humid?
Long night?
What was I
Out
was
drinking?
No, I was doing Bobby's podcast last night. And,
Bob Kelly?
Yeah.
What do you do for his podcast?
I've been there for about 3 weeks. He's trained me to do all the audio with it.
Oh, okay.
Last night I was doing the video stream on it. So I got in to about 2 a.m., passed out, and I woke up late. And
just came in.
Jumped in, showered for like 30 seconds, jumped out, and had to run over to the pass station to get here. So.
Oh, boy. And it's like I said, pretty humid out there.
And I've been wearing this hat since yesterday morning.
He said he
Just
fell
went
asleep
into
in
it.
his hat.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does the inside of your hat smell?
Yeah.
Sal, would you smell the inside of his hat and just tell me it stinks? It's probably not. It's probably not bad.
Sunburn.
Oh, boy. Wow, that is weird.
Oh,
Sam, please just...
it's horrible, dude.
What does it smell like?
Oh.
Are you sweaty?
It smells like, dirty, greasy hair.
Vinny Brand made me smell the inside of his watch band one time.
Watch band.
I would never have occurred to me. He goes, smell this. And I was like, oh.
Bad.
Watch band, yeah, because you don't think that your wrist is going to sweat, but it does.
Yeah. You got to throw the hat in the washer every so often, rotate them around.
Yeah.
So like 3 hats, and then one goes in the washer.
Rotation.
Comes out.
Wash that shit.
Yeah.
Take it off when you
into the
sleep.
washer.
If you wear a hat a lot, though, it is kind of difficult to...
Yeah. Hat smell.
Smelly hat.
How about, what does E-Rock need him to get?
All right, the Oreos with the Reese's.
I sent the other intern down.
Oh,
already.
you did? The
All right,
girl?
So we can have a live...
What's her name?
the consumer.
This is Carrie Ann.
Carrie Ann, okay. Thank you.
Carrie Ann.
Isn't that a
My
song?
baby Carrie. How's it going?
I have no idea, but I know it's a song, right?
Or is it someone else, Ann? Whatever.
Is Bob Kelly bossy?
Carrie Ann by the
Bob's
Hollies.
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, you work with Bob Kelly?
He used to say he's helping him with his podcast,
Yeah,
and Bobby's showing the ropes.
I didn't feel like listening.
You know what, dude? You got to get her early. I hope Bobby really scolds you.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
He's been cool with me so
He's
far.
a right-on-time kind of guy,
Bob's a
right?
tyrant.
He scolds a lot of other people. he gets pissed.
Yeah.
But he's been cool with me.
He does a good live show, though. He's taping a special. Bob, sorry to interrupt you. He's taping a special. I think tickets are sold out, though. It's this And the Village Underground this coming Tuesday.
Yeah, he rules with an iron hoof.
Bobby sits on an iron fist.
Good for Bobby. Taping a little special.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. He's doing it in the Village Underground. He wants that that club feel, which will be great.
Yeah,
of course. All right, we're done with you, brother. That was great.
Yeah, right.
Really amazing stuff. Thank you.
We already have a stinky, so we can't change the name. So
amazing.
Very
though.
good.
Really
There he
added a lot
goes.
today.
How was that
Appreciate
hat, Sam? Was that
Very hot.
It was very bad, yeah.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle was on Letterman.
Yes. Oh, I want to find out about
And he's
this.
finally talking.
Talking.
Oh, yep. Chappelle says his show wasn't canceled.
Did anyone think it was?
No, he left it.
Yeah.
No one really cares at this point. That happened so long ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
But he stepped down when he was fucking huge.
On top.
We
show,
forget how big that show was, right?
And he was negotiating a new deal, and they were ready to fucking open the vault for this guy. And he just said, no,
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
God damn.
He left.
You had the Dave Chappelle show at Comedy Central, and then you didn't have the Dave Chappelle show at Comedy Central. And in comedy, the reason most people have a show and then don't have a show is because they say, well, we don't want you to have a show anymore. But that wasn't the case here. The case here was you said, I guess you said, I don't want your show anymore, and you took a hike.
It's worse than that.
It's worse?
Yeah.
Well, now, are you tired of talking about it? It's 10 years, of course you're tired of talking about it.
I don't talk about it. It's like, I just, listen, here it is. Technically, I never quit. I'm 7 years late for work.
Well, that figures.
Jesus.
Boy, are you going to be in trouble when you go back.
Well, no, it's like getting divorced in the 50s. People didn't go to divorce court. They just look at their wife like, baby, I'm going to go get a pack of cigarettes. I'll be right back.
Chappelle's fucking funny, man. All right, there you go.
That's all he had?
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
No. Thought he had more about it.
Nope.
Thought this was the big exclusive.
That was it?
Oh, well, that
He
wasn't
said
much
he didn't
anything.
quit.
Oh, there's more.
I know he said that they had filmed sketches in season 3, and they weren't. For something happened then, and I remember in the time, and I believe he said something like, "If you guys show these, I won't come back." And he wasn't coming back, so they showed them. I don't remember the details.
Yeah, they had a couple of the guys. I forgot who it was.
Donnell Rawlins, probably Charlie Murphy.
Yeah. They would come out and intro some of these.
I wish we had more.
I bet there's more. Yeah. You look like there's more.
Let's just say I'm you, and 10 years ago, I don't one day go to work. And
you just stopped coming
I stopped coming to work, and that's what you did. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Okay, and you went to South Africa. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
And you lived in South Africa for an extended period of time.
Well, no. I was there for 2 weeks. There's not too many good hiding places left in America.
But am I right about this? There was great mystery about this strategy on your part, was there not?
I don't know. Because when it was all over the media, I was gone. And then if you're the guy, nobody really says anything to you.
Right.
So I don't know if it was mysterious or not mysterious. It was like living in the corner of perception and reality. You know what I mean? And like, it's a weird place to be. When everyone thought Wesley Snipes was in jail, I saw him at a party.
That's right.
He's a weird dude. What is he about?
He's not really saying what was your motive for leaving.
What? Yeah.
Because there was speculation, and again, it was pure speculation that, he had spoken to Farrakhan, where it said, look what you're doing, and look at the material. But again, that could be total nonsense.
Right. Oh, kind of like you're acting the fool.
But I don't even, again, that was just people talking. It could be completely false.
I actually saw Dave Chappelle on Letterman. Came into the city as a Long Islander for a Letterman taping, and he was the comedian. He was like 17 at the time.
Damn.
And just killed it, I remember. And I was like, wow, who is this fucking guy?
Damn.
But there's something going on in his head. What is it?
I don't know. He was a young guy when he started, real young guy, and he got very famous pretty fast. But he was funny. He was like legitimately
Really funny.
He wasn't a guy that they pushed through. Like he was completely different than what was in the mainstream. He was just his delivery and his, hey man, he's got that mellow vibe, and he's a tremendous ability on stage where he could talk about almost anything, and you just focus on him and listen to him, and he lulls you, but not in a boring way, in a fascinating way. He's a really, as a comic, I watch him, and I'm like, this guy is just an amazing presence and a great comic. So I think that kind of, when you go through the roof that fast, it's got to put the fucking whammy on you in some way. Like one day you're just dreaming about doing what you're doing, and you're in Washington, D.C., and a few years later you're like, you're almost this iconic name in comedy.
That's kind of what you were gunning for, maybe.
Yeah, but it's a big one when you get it. Like Justin Bieber is kind of growing up in front of everyone and making mistakes.
Yeah.
And Chappelle was, again, when most teenagers are just doing what they're doing privately, he's kind of he's on stage doing it.
Right.
So maybe that
Why
kind
not
of
just talk about it. It's so weird.
I don't know.
Do you regret saying, I don't want this enormous sum of money?
Well, okay, look, Dave. It's very hard to go through something like this because no one's really done it before. So there's not too many people that don't think I'm crazy, right? So I look at it like this. I'm at a restaurant with my wife. It's a nice restaurant. We're eating dinner. I look across the room. I say, you see this guy over here across the room? He has $100 million. And we're eating the same entree. So, okay, fine. I don't have $50 million or whatever it was. But say I have $10 million in the bank. The difference in lifestyle is minuscule. The only difference between having $10 million and $50 million is an astounding $40 million.
But he's still avoiding.
Yeah, he's
why did he
funny.
just say why he walked away? It's been so long. He's not saying anything here. He's making some fucking funny jokes, but
when you quit, like my friends will try and make me feel better, but no one's been through that, so they'll say not stupid stuff, it's nice, but they'll be like, well, you know what, Dave, at the end of the day, you still have your integrity. Yeah, that's great. I'll go home and make the kids some integrity sandwiches. It makes no sense at all. It's like there's nothing anyone can say. It's just you do what you feel like you need to do.
Right. Well, okay. Well, there you go. That's the answer. And how do you feel with doing what you felt you needed to do?
The very complicated answer. Because I've felt a variety of ways in the last 10 years. Whenever there's something that I'd like to have, that I could have afforded, that I can't now afford, well, then I'm upset about it. But then when I see a guy going to a job that's time-consuming and he doesn't have the free time to do the things that I get to do, then I'd feel good about it.
But overall, in your heart, in everyone's heart, we know money is not the answer or the solution.
Money is the fuel for choices. Money gives me choices. So that's not nothing. It's something. I can choose when I want my kids to go to school. I can choose what I want to eat in a given day. It's not the end, but it's not the end-all, be-all. There are other things in my life that I did not purchase with money that are very valuable to me.
That's right. And let's just say you had the $40 million. Who's to say you would be a happier or better person?
I think I might be a happier person.
all right, but he's really not addressing the reason why he left.
It's the first time I've really heard. Yes, that's just an opinion because he's not giving the real reason. It just, and he's coming. Dave can go out and make money whenever he wants. I mean, he's doing like 4 or 5 nights in Radio City.
But $40 million.
It's a lot of money. He could make millions on the road though. Chappelle can go out and make millions of fucking dollars if he really wants to. He still sells tremendous.
He could still make a shitload of money.
I think he's got like 4 or 5 sold out nights at Radio City. I mean, he's just amazing.
That's got to be, what, $5,000 right there.
But that's per show. So you figure he's going to pull in 25 G's for the week.
Oh, man.
I wonder what it was. Perhaps. Why did he leave?
What I heard way back when, and this might be nonsense, was that he was doing a slave, and again, pure speculation, what I've heard. He's doing, there was a slavery bit or something, and he saw one of the white writers laughing at this slave bit or this slave thing, and he just felt wrong about it. It just, maybe he felt like he was clowning or whatever. Again, I'm getting inside his head and I'm not qualified. That was just what I heard at the time. And then that just kind of sent him like, what am I doing? But that could have just been a story somebody thought of and made up.
Couldn't My God, those are slaves over there. That was when they went in the time machine, and they went back, and fucking Charlie Murphy's looking at him from the field like he's going to kill him.
But couldn't he have just said, all right, look, we're not doing this fucking bit after he had that realization on the spot?
I'm guessing at that point
he had the power to go, you know what, I don't feel right about this now.
I remember going to Comedy Central with Colin, or to meet Colin at his office at Comedy Central, a tough crowd, and we saw Chappelle, and he was getting into the elevator. And he's like, yeah, I'm doing this new sketch thing, you know, and it's like, man, it just overshadowed fucking everything on the network. Yeah. Tosh, I don't know if Tosh is bigger now. He might be.
I don't think so.
Tosh is pretty fucking big, though.
Even Tosh is huge on there.
Every night he's on. But Chappelle, then again, Chappelle only did 2 seasons and left. And
they're not giving Chappelle Tosh $50 million.
And there were less choices back when Chappelle was on.
Yeah.
So he had a lot more eyes on it.
I still remember that first sketch. We watched it at the Comedy Cellar. The black guy who became a Klansman or whatever. And you just remember it. That closing.
Bigsby?
Yeah.
Well, this guy in Cleveland knows why. So let's say hi to David. David knows why. Go ahead.
It's well known in the black community that Dave Chappelle left the Chappelle Show not only because he was making fun of his culture, but he just felt like he was exploiting it. I mean, it's the same thing as watching Boondocks with your white friends. I mean, some of the jokes are funny, but then again, you got to think twice. Like, how funny are they taking this? So that's my opinion on it.
So yeah, he apparently didn't feel good about it, right?
Exactly. It kind of hurt a little bit to exploit his culture like that. I mean. It was almost ridiculous to a point. I can remember being 15 years old watching, like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. But it sold.
Right. Okay.
All right. Well, hey, thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, David.
Come on, the player haters ball. Shit's fucking hilarious. The goddamn race draft.
Fuck your couch.
Great. Exactly.
But if he wanted to do that show, I mean, I don't think they would fire Tosh for him, but he could still come back and probably do that show on HBO or anywhere he wanted.
He obviously is not going to do that show anymore. So
I mean, a sketch show, like whatever Dave
he obviously
wanted.
doesn't want to do the sketch show anymore.
I don't know. That was some funny shit.
It sure was.
Letterman's a good interviewer, though. I mean, he's trying to take every angle he can to get the answer, you know?
I don't get the thinking that deeply into... You're thinking that deeply into it. You're doing a show. Do the fucking show. It's making people laugh. It's successful. There. Oh, I feel that I'm exploiting a certain... Come on.
It's privilege talking.
Fucking go home. Is that my privilege talking?
Yeah.
Good.
That's right, Sam.
I love my
boy.
fucking privilege.
But what about the other side of it, where his people, let's just say, they were watching it in droves.
Oh yeah.
So they didn't have a problem with it.
Black dudes love.
They thought it was great.
But he could have always changed direction too. I think.
Sure,
like he could have switched direction a little bit, or again, when you're Chappelle, you can do what you want.
Yeah, they would have listened to him at Comedy Central at the time.
Yeah, he was by far the biggest guy. I mean, Jon Stewart was very powerful, but Dave is, that show was fucking massive, man.
Yeah, he may not have been ready to have the biggest TV show ever with his name plastered on it.
Yeah,
that freaks people out.
He said, I heard when he's still
Thank God
when he
you'll
does
never know that.
That's right. I couldn't handle it.
When he does shows now, they'll still yell like Rick James. But like back then, he literally would walk on stage, and they would just start doing like,
"Come here, darkness."
Yeah, Rick James, just yelling nonsense. And he's a mellow comic. He's not a fucking screamer.
Yeah, fuck your couch. Fuck your couch.
Fuck your couch.
God damn, was that fucking one of the funniest bits I've ever seen on television. That
show
Rick
was
James thing.
That show was so big, he made Lil Jon. Like everybody going, what?
Yeah.
And that was what? Everybody's impression of Lil Jon is Dave Chappelle's impression of Lil Jon.
John Mayer was on that show?
Yeah.
What?
What did the hand say to the face?
Slap. Darkness, come here, darkness.
You ever see I'm Rick James, bitch?
Oh, Christ. Thanks.
One, two, three into the four. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance, so back on up, cause you know we're about to rip shit up. Give me the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble. Ain't nothing but a G-thing, baby. Low death,
Lordy, give me
Death Row is the label that
the show's coming back soon. Give me these fucking things. The show's coming back.
Perfection is perfect, so I let them understand. From a young G's perspective.
From a young G-thing. Hey, I'm smoking weed. Yeah.
Why we got that today there, E-Rock? Any reason?
Just because it's an awesome song.
Nice.
Oh, is it?
Where are we at with the Oreos?
We're waiting on them.
Oh, boy.
First place didn't have them, so they ran to another place.
All right. You might do a live The Consumer today. What?
There is a substitution for the Oreos if need be.
What is that?
New types of Cheez-Its.
Thanks.
New types of Cheez-Its.
Yeah, there's new types of Cheez-Its.
Someone sent me a little clip from the Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh, yeah?
Where, let's see here. Where was I? God damn it. Where Neil Brennan, who co-founded, co-produced?
Co-creator.
He was the co-creator.
And he was a great writer on it, too.
He discusses why the Chappelle Show went off the air, and supposedly Dave Chappelle and Neil Brennan don't get along that well these days.
Oh, really?
And they were really tight and really close.
Yeah, I've heard they do talk though. Like Neil told me like that they've spoken. I think in time things kind of
go to Pretty Plus More on Twitter.
Is this it?
She just tweeted it. Yeah, that's it.
I would write it.
It's
on
quick.
Chappelle Show. I would, you know what I mean? Like,
Wasn't that an issue on the Chappelle Show with Comedy Central?
No, I mean,
that
was no.
I'd heard that you guys.
I
were supposed
know you
to,
did.
Yeah.
You know where you heard it? From Dave's press junkets.
So it's not true?
No.
Whoa.
We were the golden geese of Comedy Central.
Wait a
we
minute.
We were a license to print money for them.
So when Dave was saying that they were telling him to stop saying nigger, that was bullshit?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, again, in my experience, that was. I'm not going to say. Here's the thing. I say one thing about Dave, and he can go on Oprah and fucking trash me. So like, I got to be careful. But that wasn't my experience at all.
Why would he go on Oprah and trash you? Is he trash you?
He
before?
has, yeah.
What happened that you guys had this?
Well, we were doing the show, popular show. You've been on it a few times. Did wonders for your career. And then we were doing great. And then we renewed our contracts, which was extremely ugly. Comedy Central played Divide and Conquer between us, which I said they're going to do this because they're going to make. They have to pay you. They don't want to have to pay me. The only way they're going to have to pay me is if you demand that they pay me. So what they did is they poisoned me within Dave's mind.
And how'd they do this? What'd they say?
Like David said one time at Wraparounds that he couldn't do the show without me. During a taping, he said that. And I said that to Comedy Central. I was like, hey, just so you know, Dave said he couldn't do the show without me. And so they called Dave and goes, Neil says you can't do the show without him. And then he's like, that motherfucker. So it just becomes an ego thing.
But wait a minute, you guys didn't have the kind of relationship where he would call you up?
We did prior to that, but once the negotiation started, then it became like, I can't talk to anybody,
Really?
Yeah. Whoa. It was let me be clear with this. It was the worst period of my life. I can't imagine a worse period.
And it's just because the stakes were so high and the money was so high?
It became an ego thing, and it just became like...
No, I can attest to what the scene on the set was when we did the Fear Factor spoof, and what it was Neil was running everything, and Dave was in character all day, running around, I'm Rick James, bitch, and
I think that's an exaggeration.
Joe Rogan, but it was, you had a huge part in that show.
Yeah, I was the co-creator of the show. Like it wasn't. That's the thing is like, but I think what happened was, they made it seem like by Dave admitting that I was... Lorne Michaels once said, in reference to me and Dave, comedians don't like it when people realize they have help. And I think Dave was the one who would say that I was out, because it was fair, because it was only fair. He would have to say, Neil makes a big contribution to the show, because I did. It was conversations with Common Shit. We said whatever. But again, I contributed. I believe I held up my end of the bargain. But it just became this thing of like, they made. I don't think they made. I think part of it was in him anyway, that he just resented the idea of being on a team.
Really?
Yeah.
And where did you draw this conclusion from? Did you had a conversation with him about this?
Yeah.
This is just yeah. And what did he say?
We're not a fucking team.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah. That was after 2 years of the show, and we were teams. We were a team when it wasn't popular.
God damn, that sucks.
Yeah. No, it was really painful. I know. That's the thing. Is like, look, me and Dave are cool now, and I don't think that's. I'd like to think that this was all circumstantial. You know what I mean? Like, in the circumstance, he was just under a lot of pressure, and he felt like, you know, the other
cracked.
thing that
What you're saying is
I
he
don't
cracked.
know. You know, the other thing that I will say is that when me and Dave wrote Half Baked, I knew that people in comedy would think that he wrote all of it, and people in show business would think that I wrote all of it, because people in show business are predisposed to think that the black guy is a dummy and all that shit. Dude, I would say to people, I swear to God, I was in a meeting with a producer, and I promise you, he goes, seriously, how much of that script did Dave write? I promise. And I was like, wow. Half of it, man. Half of it. And sure enough, everyone in comedy thought Dave wrote it. Jeff Ross referred to me as Dave Chappelle's typist. Okay?
That's Jeff Ross, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's the Roastmaster General,
Yeah.
but that's a little bit beyond the pale. It wasn't at a roast.
Rude. Especially when a guy doesn't update his act very often.
It's all rude.
Shit.
By himself. Good for you, Joe. Good for you.
Jeff, if any of your writers are listening.
When I was younger, I would have most certainly had a problem with working with a guy and then having to reveal the fact this guy was writing half of my material.
Right. Again, but the idea of it's not. There's so much work on doing a TV show. It's a lot. I did a lot of work. Here's the other thing. Dave did a fuckload of work too, and Dave is a Hall of Fame 1 in a billion comedian. I honestly believe that. Like 1 in a billion. There's like Eddie Murphy, him, Chris. In terms of like,
I don't. I think he's very different than Eddie Murphy. I think
no. But I'm saying in terms of the decathlon of ability, Dave can do stand up. He can write sketches. He can.
Wow, there you go. A little taste from the Joe Rogan Experience. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, there was some bad blood going on there for a little while.
It should be said that's from like
2011.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So, you know, things might be even more different between those two now.
Yeah, Neil's doing well. He's got this show he's doing on what the fuck's it? The channel. I don't know if it's not IFC. Fuck, I can't remember. But he's got like a thing that he's hosting.
Right. Okay.
I'm so pissed. I can't remember. Sundance.
Sundance channel.
Yeah.
Sundance.
Let's go to Zach in New Hampshire. Zach.
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey.
I worked with a couple of guys in D.C. of color, and we were sitting down talking one day, and they actually brought this up, and I was kind of floored by the comments that were made. They had said that the reason that Dave Chappelle quit and ran away was because of the pressure from the Freemasons. Now, I thought they were fucking with me. And I listened, and they were serious as a heart attack. They actually went on to say that the Freemasons were the reason that Martin Lawrence ran through the street naked. They were chasing him because they would not come on board and give money to the Freemasons. And since his name's been in the news, that Tracy Morgan actually is in with the Freemasons, and that's why he's so popular right now.
Oh, what nonsense. What nonsense.
Almost fell over.
What utter I'm not saying you're lying. I'm saying that for them saying that. Just shit.
It's a hell of a conspiracy theory. I mean, and again, I thought they were messing with me, but they couldn't have been any more serious about the situation.
Yeah.
But hey, guys, I appreciate getting on best skit in the world, $100,000 back in Mass, baby.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
He was just complimenting a bit.
Oh, the $100,000 bit.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
And, well, I guess it's being said now that Jimmy's a Freemason, so of course he'll cover it up.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, but I forgot the... Oh, I'm thinking of something.
Oh, boy.
Freemasons make a lot of money. I couldn't think.
Yeah, that's a hard one, Chip.
Freemason, was he in jail or something? Go ahead, Sam.
There you go. You got it.
So that's that then. The Dave Chappelle stuff. Still kind of a mystery.
Still a mystery.
Bit of a mystery still.
Ooh.
What the hell happened? I think he just cracked.
Yeah, I think he went crazy.
Whether it was the pressure or some kind of, maybe he had some kind of mental thing already. I don't know. Something seemed to just snap.
If he would have come back in a month or whatever, he's like Colonel Kurtz. Basically, if he would have just come home, they would have just forgot the whole goddamn thing.
The whole goddamn thing, yeah.
Right.
Louis was smart. Louis took a year off, and maybe that was what he needed with that show. Like, when you're hitting such a tremendous stride and hitting such massive fame, and then you just go, you know what? I'm going to step back and make sure I don't ruin this and write it smart.
Right. Yeah.
And then people are there for you. No one noticed it. Like, people are like, oh, where's Louis? Oh, he's coming back. And the way TV is now, everything is weird cycles, and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, he's back. Okay.
Right.
Like, you don't look at it like, it doesn't feel like over a year.
Oh, it doesn't feel like he took a year off. Last night's episode was really good, the 90-minute episode. The weed episode.
I gotta see that one.
A lot of weed in last night's Louis episode. Louis is a young kid. Anyway.
Oh, right, that one, yeah.
Yeah, that was on last night.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Where are these snacks?
I don't know.
Snickety snacks.
The consumer's holding up everything.
Yeah, he is.
No, the stores don't have the Oreos.
Oh, the consumer. What a hunk of shite.
Well, where are you going to get yours?
I already have them at home.
Oh. But where did you get yours?
From other stores.
What a crud.
You sound so angry. Well, the stores. And what are those Cheez-Its?
I love fucking Cheez-Its.
Hate a Cheez-It.
You don't like a Cheez-It?
No.
What's wrong with you?
Jesus. Sorry.
Really?
I just clicked on something.
Sure you did.
I swear to God. There might be an animation to an E-Rock song that I just discovered.
Are you going to come in and eat your Cheez-Its and give them a review?
Sure.
I love
but Cheez-Its aren't as good as the Oreos with the Reese's.
Well, there's Cheez-It Zings.
What's the Cheez-It Zings?
That's when it zings a zong.
And then you got the zesty cheddar Cheez-It Grooves.
Really bad. Hey, E-Rock.
Something to go back and listen to.
No.
It was not bad.
Terrible joke.
No,
Cheez-It Grooves. What about the Grooves? What are they?
What's the big deal with the Grooves?
It's probably if you dip it in something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Is that what they're trying to say?
Yeah.
So you get more of the dip on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, say you're in
perish the thought.
You're in a peep booth.
Oh, God. You really want to pile it on? All right.
But can't you just figure out that on your own without having to have grooves to make it easier? Yeah. How easy do you need it?
I bet the...
As easy as possible.
Well,
dip
you are
really
the consumer. I
adheres
understand.
to that. It's grooved like a washboard.
Yeah.
Oh, man. They can hold a lot of dip.
Well, normally Cheez-Its aren't usually meant to go into dip. They're not designed that way.
No.
Well, open them already. Stop staring at the box.
Somebody wants some Cheez-Its.
Yes, I do.
Wait. Have you taken a photo?
I have photos on my phone.
You already have photos of the Cheez-Its?
I do.
Of course you do. You just walk around with photos of Cheez-Its
That's
in
like
your
what
phone?
he has in lieu of nude girl pictures.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look at that.
Right.
Cheez-Its.
Yeah, I love these.
Look at my cheeseburger soup.
Yes.
Oh,
He's got them.
Sam can
he's sending
verify.
cock pics to Nestle.
Yeah, he loves when the fucking chocolate fortune cookies mount the white cheddar.
Now, the problem with Cheez-Its is that they usually taste burnt.
Right.
Oh, really?
Nabisco's cheese nips are much better.
Oh.
But
right.
But that's racist.
Cheez-Its has been doing something kind of cool where they've been changing some of the flavors. They make a Tabasco one that actually is very good.
Wow, that sounds like it would be good.
Yeah.
What about, they should use Frank's, though. Frank's over Tabasco, right?
A lot of people don't use Frank's Red Hot. Because
What do you mean?
I don't know if they license well or whatever, but everybody uses Tabasco.
Tabasco's too hot.
Tabasco's more of a cooking sauce,
Plus,
though.
it's also a name like Xerox.
Right.
Everybody recognizes what Tabasco
Tabasco,
is.
though, one drop and your fucking mouth's on fire.
They're good.
Yeah,
But Frank's, you could kind of like, really dump it on there.
So Cheez-Its has 4 new flavors in this Grooves line, or Zings line, whatever they're doing here. The
Zings and Grooves.
2 out of the 4 that we have are Chipotle Cheddar and Zesty Cheddar Ranch, which is the one we have open right now. They're a bit bigger than normal Cheez-Its.
Oh, so
and they're a different. They're a different texture. Ooh, HD.
Oh yeah, I'm getting a good.
So you're making a good. This would be a good video if someone decided to hit record.
And
so you're doing it perfect.
So these don't look like normal Cheez-Its. They're actually brighter in color. And the box does smell really good. It smells almost like...
cheese?
No, the Zesty Cheddar Ranch. It smells almost like...
ranch.
Yeah, but a certain kind of ranch, because not all ranch is the same.
Zesty cheddar.
How do you know that not... How do you know that not all ranches are the same?
Because they're not. They're not. I've tried many, and they all vary.
No.
This smells like if you're going to make like a vegetable ranch dip, but before you put it into the sour cream, like it's just the spices from the
powder
packet.
and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. The taste. There it is.
I feel very special today.
I know.
Got the consumer right in front of us.
here. He's doing his thing. This is face
live in studio instead of just on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Well,
he needed two tastes.
He's taking a few bites here.
Let him take his time.
Yeah.
Did he clean off your palate properly?
I did.
Okay.
And I brought some
water.
A nice flavored water to clean the palate.
Yeah.
Yes, gasoline and jizz.
He's not ready to say anything yet.
Stop breaking my treats.
Oh, he broke your treats.
He's not ready to say anything. Have another one, just to make sure.
All right.
Yep, he's popping another in his mouth there.
James would like some.
Just a couple.
At least smell the box. It's amazing.
I always do.
You gotta smell the box. Let me smell the box.
Oh, no, thank you.
I'll smell the box.
I'm
You
good.
Just pass it along.
All right.
Please, I'll smell the box.
I'm not bad.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's a spicy kind of thing going on there.
Jeez, there's a lot going on there.
Very potent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it smells pretty good. I'd
Oh.
probably have a few of those.
Yeah.
Just don't feel like having them.
That's exactly what it is, though. You can
Morning.
only eat a few of these.
These are fucking
It's
great.
not like a potato chip where you
We
can
could
sit
have the
there
whole
and
bag.
eat, or a nice bag of pretzels where you can just sit there
The
and
whole
not
night and just
not notice how many have gone as the time
Right.
passes.
Just eat them all.
Jesus.
I got you.
You can only do.
What's your favorite potato chip? The people want to know.
Oh, Well, Lay's original potato chips are very good. They're very greasy, but they're very good.
You don't like a little flavor, a little salt and vinegar, or
I
any of
love
that
salt
shit?
and vinegar. That's the problem.
Oh.
There's Cape Cod makes a nice kettle chip. Nice. That is salt and vinegar.
Yes, they do.
Which is delicious.
I actually like that one.
They
a
also
lot.
have a nice sea salt and pepper.
Right.
Would you enjoy those with a cheeseburger?
No, you can eat those by themselves.
I mean, with like them.
With a cheeseburger, you'd have regular chips with it. Salt and vinegar would.
What would you have
away.
with the Cheez-Its you're having right now?
Well,
A
I
ham?
would pair it with maybe a nice Belgian ale. Like
Really?
this is something that you would have probably
hear him?
with like a Blue Moon or a Hoegaarden.
You didn't hear him say hand pair.
What is that?
He's hand pairing it.
What does that even mean?
Exactly.
Suggested drink with the meal.
Oh,
It's not a meal,
right.
it's a snack.
It's a snack.
All right, you ready for the review?
No
Yeah.
one for me.
They are better than regular Cheez-Its, but the ranch flavoring is very good. The cracker itself, the flavoring is not really baked into it. It's on it. So it disappears real quick.
Gotcha.
So you're tasting blandness as soon as the ranch disappears. So
Right.
You want
it's
goodness
good to
all the way
eat.
through.
Right. You want it baked into that thing.
But you're just chewing it and swallowing it. You're not sucking it like a fucking lollipop.
Well, then what's
Or
the
cock.
point of reviewing it?
I hear what he says. That's not baked
all right.
in.
You
Not
want your
baked
shit
in.
baked in, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's like when you have,
We're learning here.
Ant mentioned he likes a good garlic knot.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And there's a lot of places that can really fuck up a garlic knot because after the fact they just paint a
It's
little
like
garlic on it
bread
and then it's
with
done.
the garlic thing. It's not
very doughy.
infused.
Got to infuse that
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta take the dough, and this is where the garlic butter saw comes in. You mix the dough into it, let it sit in there for a while, then you make the knot and you bake it.
Oh,
so it's
man.
all the way through it.
shit. All right.
A
So,
little fat guy tip for you.
do you have a rating scale as the consumer? I don't
No,
know.
I just tell you if I like it or not, and if it's worth your time.
Do you
now-
like it?
Oh.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
For not bad, you're continuing to eat
I did
that.
enjoy them. I had a few. They're good.
Yeah. All right, now move on to the next one.
That's
the
my
other
review.
one here is Chipotle cheddar.
What's that?
And it's a different
Cheez-Its.
Those are not the grooves. Those are the zings.
Right.
Wait, he tried the grooves. Now he's trying the zings.
Everything's Chipotle now.
Yeah.
Chipotle.
And before
it's
that,
going to
everything
zing a
was
zong.
Everything was what before that?
Before that, everything was pomegranate.
Really?
Yeah. Every time they discover a new flavor, then everything has to have that flavor in it.
Yeah.
What about the acai berry? That's in
That was
everything.
before that.
Oh, wow. I'm behind.
The acai berry.
All right.
Oh, he's getting a good
That's not good.
sniff. Uh-oh, not
Oh,
good.
boy.
There's no scent from the box.
None.
None.
It's usually a good thing.
I bet it's going to be...
Is that a bad sign?
Right?
That just smells like
means you're
fucking
not going to get
cardboard.
much
More
flavor.
cardboard.
Right?
All right.
So these are different consistency.
They're the Cheez-It Zings, right?
Right. They look like a flattened out Cheez-It with they make little ridges at the end, not grooves that you would use for the dip. Let's see how this tastes here.
There he goes. Popped it right in his mouth.
I don't like these at all.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Wow,
I'm
negative
not trying
review.
To be difficult. I really wanted to like this, but
Oh, he wanted to like
Wow.
the Chipotle flavoring is, I don't know, it's just like spicy for the sake of being spicy without really enjoying the fact that it's spicy.
it. Yeah.
So it's just, this seems like a big waste.
Jim, what do you think?
Fucking love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Is it just bland?
Erock's a tougher palate.
No, it's
than I
not
am, though.
bland. It's just, it's overly spicy, but you're not really enjoying it. It's just like, hey, throw a bunch of spice in it, call it
okay.
Chipotle,
Gotcha.
and then eat it. And then if you do actually get a bad aftertaste with it, like it's still spicy even though you finished eating. That's not good.
Oh, well. Look at this.
I would have this with a darker beer.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
Like?
Something a bit more hoppy.
Yeah. Kangaroo.
Somewhere between that and a stout.
Kind of a stout.
Yeah.
All right. It's Erock Radio on Instagram.
And Twitter.
And Twitter. Hashtag the consumer. He's trying shit every day now.
Oh, yeah.
We wanted him to try something else, but
They didn't have Oreos around.
I know, so we had to go with the Cheez-Its. Not the greatest thing to
I will
try,
do them
I
later.
would say.
We have Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Oreos and the Banana Split Oreos. We'll try those.
Can't wait
So how
for
many
that.
things are you trying a week? At least 14, 15?
I'm trying to see if I can do at least 2 to 3 a day.
Even if you're sampling, that's a lot of
By the way,
that's a lot of calories.
I want to thank the fine people at Slim Jim,
who
are now sending me their entire product line to review.
Hey, all right.
I'm telling you, this is taking off, but you need to make
Snap
it into a
into the
video.
Slim Jim.
Who gives a fuck other people making the videos? You would make it your own.
Right.
And you got the built-in fan base.
That's right.
So make the fucking video. You did it perfect right there.
Treat boy.
You edit that down quick to a quick 45-second video, you're golden. You're good.
You're like the Zagat rating of gas station food.
Right, except you changed the first letter.
Oh, Jim.
All right, let's get out of here.
I love it.
As we stumble to the finish line.
Yeah,
I have to
motherfucker.
plug.
Yes, Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy.
On let's see, July 10, 11, and 12, I returned to West Palm Beach to the Improv. Finally, I haven't been there in 5 years. July 24th, July 26th, Montreal, the Gisu Theater. August 7, 8, 9, I returned to Cobb's in San Francisco. I haven't been there in a while either.
That in your corner?
Dude, you're fucking incorrigible.
Nice. I think that does it for today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow on the show, Lawrence Fishburne, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Damn.
That is really happening, huh?
That's awesome.
Larry Fishburne.
Pee Wee Herman show.
Yes,
Yes.
Cowboy Curtis.
Let's just talk about Cowboy Curtis the
Just
whole
Cowboy
time.
Curtis.
How old was you when you did that?
In his 20s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Holy
It
shit.
was after Apocalypse.
They were all pretty young. Phil Hartman was in it too.
Have you tried, someone just...
Tasha Leon was really young.
Yeah.
She was like fucking 5 years old.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she was a little kid.
We were talking about Tabasco, and
Right.
someone on Twitter just sent me a picture of the Tabasco spicy chocolate. Have you tried this shit out yet?
No.
That sounds dangerous.
It looks dangerous.
Well, feel free to send it in.
I think that's Carlitos G on Twitter. Thank you for the picture. I can't believe they're making that. That's crazy. That's why you got a good bit going. There's so much new shit out there.
Yeah, I found some new stuff. Even some stuff that the Opster might even like.
Wow.
Like what?
Some weird vegetable chips.
No, fuck you.
Weird
I'm not that
vegetable
bad.
chips.
No,
I don't like vegetable chips. I've tried them, actually.
There's some beet products out there that
That's
I
an
saw.
opportunity for another cum joke right there.
Right.
So.
What'd you say?
Nothing. It's like something Opie might even like. Cum? You know,
it was
just
too
another
obvious.
cum joke.
Yeah.
Say
that again.
All cum jokes.
What? Something Opie would like.
Let's see.
Something that Opie would, something that even the Opster would like.
Pack of juice.
There you go.
Let's go home.
You know it's going to be a great show when we start with dolphins having sex with fish and monkeys masturbating themselves with frogs. That's how we start the morning. You know the day is going to start. Is going to go well. That's the right way to start a day. 866-WOW-1-WOW. 866-969-1969. Call up the post show now as we go over some of the stuff that went down on today's Opie and Anthony show. That's the way the show started. Some lady, it's come out again. I talked about this on my Friday show, that somehow British people are the ones that find the weirdest Americans to document. All these super strange documentaries about American people all have British voiceover guys, which leads me to believe it's a British person making the film. Last week, on Friday, we were talking about it. It was the guy who's in a relationship. He's 31 years old, and he's got a quote-unquote girlfriend who's in her 90s. Now, the documentary is about a woman who was a dolphin trainer, and while she was training dolphins, decided to start jacking one off because I guess it needed the sweet, sweet release. I don't know, but we were watching the video of her, and it led to watching animals become intimate with other animals. It was a very weird thing, but it's 100% right that it does really just cut down to that base level. It's very easy for women because, I mean, men aren't terribly far away from chimpanzees or dolphins. We just want to get off. And I was thinking, I think the reason that animal sex is so quick, because they were talking about today, it doesn't take a long time to jack off a dolphin. It just because they're not sitting there thinking about all the other things. They're not thinking about anything else going on in the room. They're not thinking about their day at work. They're not thinking about whether or not they're pleasing their partner. They're not thinking about anything except the physical response to, yes, I'm being stroked. So that's why. I mean, if we could all get there, I'm sure sexuality would be easier and quicker for everybody. We went from that. That was the sandwich. It was dolphin sex on one slice and the consumer live in studio eating crackers on another slice. Everything in the middle, that was the gold. So from that gold, Sal, let's find out what today's line of the day was.
Here comes the line of the day, line of the day.
These were sent to us at work. I'm not a chocolate lover. I can't imagine. Ant's getting really good at figuring out where those holes are. He's getting really good at sneaking those in, is he not, Sal?
It's just so fucking quick.
It's so quick.
It's so quick.
You don't even see the you have to sit there, stop for a second, and think. Like, in order to get his joke, you can't get his joke faster than he thinks of it. You know what I mean?
Exactly, because that's the beauty, is that shock of like, holy shit, he just fucking said that fast.
Yeah, and is that... Wait. Let me put that together. What was I saying before? I didn't even... Oh. And then you laugh and laugh. Adrian's in here. Adrian, you had a big segment on today's show.
Yeah, it's great. Video gold.
About not smelling great?
Yeah.
But it seemed like the guys say you're not smelling too bad anymore.
Yeah, I mean...
That's good news, right?
Yeah, it was good to have the support of the guys.
Yeah. Sal, were you surprised or disappointed or anything in their reaction to Adrian?
No, I mean, Eerock kind of neutralized the situation early on this morning.
But we were talking about that on the pre-show. Eerock's idea of neutralizing odors is to spray humans with Febreze, correct, Adrian?
Yeah, it doesn't really work.
No, I mean, if Roland or I fart in the office, Eerock is immediately spraying us within seconds with Febreze or some other fucking thing you probably shouldn't be breathing in.
Well, we learned today, if there's one thing we learned today, It's that E-Rock is familiar with products. He knows the air fresheners. He knows the crackers. He knows the cookies. He knows it all. Okay,
he does. He's the best.
How much time, E-Rock, do you spend in supermarkets? Because you seem to know. You're just at the top. I mean, the minute water treats got into water enhancers, became an in vogue thing. You were on top of it with a year-long supply of them.
Even back at XM, yeah.
Do you spend a lot of time in supermarkets?
I try to.
Just lusting? Is it like an adult bookstore for some people?
Yeah.
So it's the same type of experience?
You know, there's so many things here.
So do you go with your wife? When you do the grocery shopping?
Yeah, I try not to, because then I don't buy as much as I normally would.
Oh, my God. So you're embarrassed to go grocery shopping with your wife because you don't want her to see the amount of snacks that you pick up.
I think she's more embarrassed about going shopping with me.
Right, but you don't want it, like, it's a secret. You don't want her to know exactly how many snacks you're picking up.
It doesn't matter at this point. She sees them when I bring them home.
Do you put them in the kitchen, or do you have a secret stash?
No, they're in the kitchen.
Okay. All right.
They're in the cabinets there.
So, do you have a stock cabinet full of stuff that you're like, okay, I got a good week's worth of consumers reviews here?
Yeah.
You do?
I have a nice little collection, to which I've been called a food hoarder.
Yeah. Do you throw stuff out after you try it?
Yeah, I don't eat the entire thing.
But anytime you see a new product, you just buy it?
I have been lately. But, yeah, usually I'll see something, and I'll go, that looks interesting, I'll try it.
And that's just because you want to keep this hashtag alive. There's no...
No, I was doing it before that, which led to the, developing the hashtag, the consumer.
Because there is no... You haven't figured out any way to monetize this where you could actually pay for the snacks.
No, not yet.
No, that's step 2, though. It's like what you have...
Sal put it best. It's the South Park method, where it's step 1... underpants. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit.
Right.
So I got to figure out step 2 right in there.
E-Rock, what you have with the hashtag the consumer is like Facebook. We don't know what it is yet, okay? We can't add advertising now. It has to be cool. That's what the consumer has going for it. It's cool. Do you want people to leave the party early?
I'm going to go public by the end of the year.
That's right.
Selling stock.
That's right.
Become a billionaire.
Yeah. All because of...
this dumb hashtag.
A hashtag where, and this is the other thing that nobody, and it hasn't been brought up on O&A yet, Opie, Anthony, or Jim, for some reason are taking you seriously.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Me neither. Like, I don't know.
Because I didn't even bring this up to the show.
No.
I was just doing it.
And this is like something where maybe 2-3 years ago or more, you had done less than this and gotten just destroyed for it.
Yeah, verbally raped.
Yeah, I would say that's fair. Now... for some reason, they're taking this thing seriously.
Because I think, well, Jim's a little bit more telling, but I think they secretly wish they could try all these things.
They want the snacks.
Right. They know better than to do this, but you know...